We don't have any opening music. We just go live. That's what we do.
Go live?
We just go. We're done. We're live. We're
Boom, boom.
There you go. Boom. Yeehaw. All right. And duck down a bit, Thor. Thor's in the background here. There we go. No. Just, I meant duck down so we can see whose face this is.
All right.
This random guy.
In here for one night.
All right.
Looking like fucking Randy Savage and shit.
Oh, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Welcome to Wine Night.
All right.
John, Miguel, Thor, pleasure to have you guys here for Wine Night.
I'm not going to spill my drink tonight.
Yeah, you fucking better not. Especially because I'm wearing white.
I spilled it on you yesterday.
You spilled it on me yesterday. You ain't doing it again.
Oh, sorry.
That was awful. I had to play it off like it was no big deal.
I've got to medicate myself in this country.
They had to change camera angles so you didn't look like a dickhead.
Spills on all his friends.
Like this guy.
You didn't. 3 seconds in.
Justin,
3 seconds in.
Justin, you were fine. You were on the other side of the goddamn table last night. Yeah, no problem.
Too.
You spilled it all over me. I'm like, the
I
fuck's
felt
this guy
really
doing?
bad. But if there's somebody to spill it on, it was definitely you.
Exactly. I think you guys might have to log off because it's slowing it down. It's slowing it down. Sam, you're modern. You do it. You do your thing.
Can we talk about how hot it was in that room?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God. It was just...
Dude.
We're talking about the Fresh and Fit podcast. We were on there yesterday. Like, how many of us was there? Like, fucking 12?
Yeah, it was 12 plus.
More than 12, right?
Yeah,
There's a lot of us there.
It was
11 and a half.
fucking
Kevin
hot.
Sabo was there.
We
Constantly like, I like Kevin.
I love Kevin.
I'm not going to sit here.
I love him too. It's a joke. It's a joke. I love
The same
Kevin.
way that Aaron Clary is a constant joke to you.
Aaron Clary is a joke. I don't know how he's okay with poverty. I just don't get it.
So we took the biggest Justice League photo ever. Outside, we opened the big screen doors and stuff
Yeah.
on the Fresh and Fit podcast. And then we let the fucking heat in.
Oh, yeah.
That was the problem.
That was the problem.
This time of year in Miami, you let the fucking door open, you're fucked.
It was.
We've got a quick question right here for you, John. You said last night on the podcast you mentioned 2 books that you recommended, and everyone you were slurring too much because you were shit faced, so no one could hear what you were saying.
All right. Well, no. The books are 1, The Compound Effect, and then 2, Atomic Habits.
Cool.
Those 2 right there.
There you go.
Books.
Let us know in the chat. By the way, guys, if the volume is a little bit low, if the audio is a bit off, just let us know if we need to turn it up or whatnot.
With 100% love, I do not think those are the 2 books that you said. I think they're marketing books, actually.
Oh,
making money online.
yeah.
Two different books.
You're right. Those are
Because
good
I
books
was not
too.
shit faced.
Yeah. I was. No, because there was 2 books I recommended at the CME, and that's where they were. No, you're right. It's .com Secrets and then Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson.
That's you.
Yeah,
That's it. Those are the books. Yeah, look, it's $10,000 a month is baby money in the internet. Really, like not talk like we're showing off, but really that's the first thing is
that shows you what you're capable of. Like
it shows you're above
can-
average.
You
You're
can
above
get,
average.
You can get to that.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
You know?
So and all you gotta do is study for 2 years, read those 2 books. Those books are boring as shit, but they will teach you exactly what you need to do, and that's why most people don't do it because it's fucking hard. But the internet is like your own Federal Reserve. You can just print money nonstop. With
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
Good system.
Cool. You want to jump on over here and then come on, just like widen the camera a little bit. Yeah, just jump on over here.
I was going to kneel behind you, but
Just jump on over here.
Come on.
And then, yeah, just like,
It might even be easier if he grabs a chair and just sits next to you.
or you could do that.
Right.
No, like, there's plenty of room right
Yeah,
there.
get in there.
Yeah, get him right there. And cut the shoe out of the shot. John's
Yeah.
shoes.
Yeah, just throw
This is wine night.
Welcome to Wine Night.
Ask a question.
Scrolling down, we had a question right here from Correct. Shout out to MEN and men. How do kinks fit into maintaining frame? I'm sure some of our esteemed tutors have various extracurricular pastimes. How do they resolve with maintaining frame? You don't have to resolve it with maintaining.
Okay, sorry, I'm just reading on.
Yeah, you read it. Go right. You read it right.
How do kinks fit into
maintaining
maintaining frame? If you want to do it, do it. That's and if you don't want to do it, there's going to be some sexual resentment that builds up. Then you're eventually
You're gonna cheat on her.
You're gonna cheat on with a girl. If your girl doesn't suck your dick, you're gonna find a girl that's gonna suck your dick.
Okay, I mean, but like getting your dick sucked isn't a kink, right? Let's talk. Okay, so I literally talked about this in my presentation today.
I'm all about talking about kinks.
The kink. I mean, maybe you can agree with me. Thor and me are probably the 2 kinkiest men on this panel. I think that's pretty
degenerate.
pretty obvious. My stance on this is that you have to be completely unapologetic. If you have some kind of kink or some kind of fetish, some kind of like random perverted desire that genuinely gets you off and you enjoy, if you want your partner to actually engage and indulge in that, you have to come at it completely unapologetically. Like it's no fucking big deal at all. Like it's totally normal. The moment you start to get awkward about it, the moment you start to get weird about it and like pretend like shy about it and uncomfortable about it is the moment that she is going to feel uncomfortable and she's going to feel awkward and weird about engaging in it at all. If you're like, yeah, bitch, just suck my fucking toes, like or whatever, right? Or put that fucking leather on, whatever it is, whatever your particular kink or fetish is. As long as you just lean into it unapologetically, she's going to be. I think personally that is the best way to go about doing that because you're not going to find like, let's say you're a foot guy because I get this question all the fucking time.
Really, feet?
All the time I get this question from guys who are like, dudes will be like, I'm into foot fetish. How do I get my girl to be into foot fetish? You don't really. Like there is like I've worked for foot fetish porn sites, and the director has to literally tell the girls verbatim what to fucking say to the camera so that you guys think she's into feet. You're not gonna find some bitch who's into like shoving like her feet in your face. You have to kind of you have to just do it unapologetically. That's my personal opinion.
No, you're 100% right. And what you said in your presentation today, I want to cap on that. It's owning it 100% is a big, really powerful deal. And I'll tell you what, couple it with your knowledge of dirty talk. If you want to move in the direction of kink, you have a product that's around dirty talk. That is so powerful when you want to move into kink by using that dirty talk and kind of getting her aroused and moving her in that direction with that 100% confidence. And you own that kink. You're telling her what to say, what to do, and they follow right along. That's extremely powerful.
I would say, simply put, the frame is not in the kink; it's in the conviction.
Yes,
that's it. The frame is not in the kink; it's in the conviction, man. Yeah. So I don't give a fuck what you want to do. You can hang her by her toenails in the bedroom. It's the conviction. It's the conviction of what you're doing, man.
Yeah, because if you don't have the conviction, if you don't have the conviction, then you're not going to have the frame in the relationship.
Yeah, just full
That's
sin.
the whole point.
Don't be a bitch. Full sin, bro.
So what do you tell a guy that the girl's just not going that way? And he's like he wants to keep it together.
Then he needs to look at the relationship and see if he's got a girl that actually has pure desire. I can tell.
Yeah. Does she actually want to please him?
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. Because like honestly, man, it shouldn't matter what the kink is unless it's like something way out there.
Yeah, unless it's something that's actually going to like cause harm to people.
Yeah.
Like it's
Right.
Or other people.
So
like
I think the line is shit.
Let me.
yeah, but poop is
that's fine.
poop is the line.
Yeah,
That's fine.
That's
Let
fine.
me ask you this: Would you put that test of loyalty also for plastic surgery? Like, baby, I want you to get some fake tits.
Absolutely.
She's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I would. I would.
Get some headphones.
Especially something as basic as that.
Onto your phone and see if
Something as
the audio
basic
is
as
good.
that, yeah, I would.
All right, time to make some cuts when I get back to Tokyo.
No fake titties there?
It's pretty low. They're pretty natural girls.
In Japan.
Yeah, Korea's the south.
The plastic surgery capital.
of Asia.
Yep,
Right.
Yep.
No, Japan, they're pretty all natural, man.
Yeah, I like that. That's good, man.
Why
But I'm a
not?
connoisseur. It
I
doesn't
just
matter
need
what
big
shape
tits
or
in my
size.
life. If I don't have big tits, I get depressed.
My opinion is anything below a C cup is flat chested.
Yeah, a 34C is what I need. That's a nice 34C. It's
Well, sometimes intermittent fasting is good, though. Really?
No, B cups and A cups don't count.
Yeah.
As tits at all. At all.
That's like the equivalent of being,
Is that like one?
I'm
of
just
your
spoiled, man. I like them fucking F cup up. I like them just like I want them bigger than my
you
fucking
like you okay
torso.
with like the pancake nipples? Like
I'm totally fine. I don't know why guys have a problem with nipples.
pancake
The fuck-
nipples?
What the fuck?
Like the areola?
Yeah.
What do you care about the areola?
Nah, not really.
He's
What?
sick
No, what? This is okay. Great topic of
It's a
conversation.
slapping target.
Why
First
the
of all-
fuck do you care about her
It's like a
areola?
basketball.
I care.
Why do you care?
I'm
It's
a
like, I want
connoisseur.
tassels.
No,
It's got nothing to do with anything. Like
No.
the areola doesn't do anything to you.
quarter max.
The big-
size of a
The
quarter.
big
maximum.
titties you can titty fuck.
That's fine.
So what the fuck do you care about the areola size for?
I'm a connoisseur and I don't like them.
As long as they're lactating.
I'm a connoisseur.
As long as they're
There's no
lactating.
orangutan teeth.
Guys, I honestly don't know how helpful this is to the guys.
Super helpful.
Wine night.
This is the wine night. Exactly. Miguel gets it, Justin.
That Sterling will literally have sex with a 240-pound woman if her boobs are big.
If I'm being paid for it too. the
And
big
not.
part of that too.
And not.
I have slayed a dragon or two. It happens. I fucked this. Hey, Miguel, I fucked this big And then it can grow hairy arms before it grows.
No,
It's unloading all the
I was
baggage.
21, young and horny, and she was from the church, and she wanted it.
yeah.
She was a
Sounds
big
like-
girl. She
sounds
was
like-
like 260, man.
Okay,
She
good.
was a big one.
All right.
Sometimes you got to do it.
We've got to have another question in by now.
Yeah.
All right. Sam is wrenched. Congratulations, Sam. Sitting right here.
Yeah.
Yo,
Kristen.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Ariola's in the chat.
Areolas.
There we go. Listen to the
What is your
Oh, shit.
areola preference in the
Oh,
chat?
shit.
Let us know.
I just caught up with the chat. Oh, goddamn. Okay, we're cranking on
So,
this.
John, no 3 inches in diameter?
God damn it.
Is there a cut line?
3 inches is a little. I mean, quarter. The size of a
Oh,
quarter
you're
is as
definitely
big as I
an Asian guy.
want.
Yeah.
Size of a quarter, and I don't want those
Mm.
big like pacifier
How about
nipples.
those
at the
dime
end,
size
too, you know?
ones, huh?
What's
This
that?
is dime size.
Tassel
No, the
tits,
Asian-
tassel tits.
Yeah.
Too small now.
All right.
Nickel is the best for me. Nickel.
Okay. Nickel.
Fuck off, Sarah.
Loving this hex dip. All right.
Shit.
We'll talk about crypto
All right.
hex dip. What should people do?
The market
All right.
is dipping.
The market.
The whole market is
the
market is
Okay,
dipping right now.
Here's what's going on right now, right? Look, I warned everybody on my last stream. If Richard says he's delaying the launch of Pulse Chain,
Richard Cooper or Richard Hart?
Richard Hart.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of Richards in the community, but if Richard Hart delays the launch, the coin's going to end up going to about 5 to 6 cents, right? That's what's probably going to end up happening. It means like Pulse Chain's not launching until June, which we already said that already, but
Okay.
like this shouldn't be news to anybody, but basically it's news to fucking everybody, basically. So buy slowly. If it starts reaching 7, 6, 5 cents, fucking drop the hammer.
Yeah.
But don't blow all your fucking cash, you guys.
Drop the hammer and what? What does that mean? To pay,
Like-
sell, get out?
Like you know, drop 20% of your dry powder stack or something. You know, whatever you're trying.
yeah.
Don't cost like 5-10% at a time. And if it starts getting between like that 6 to 5 cent range, if it hits that 5.5 that I'm thinking, man, I'm dropping a good chunk myself. You know, because like I'm gonna wait. I'm on the DCA when it gets to like 8 cents, basically. My first DCA.
All right.
But there you go. There's your crypto talk, you guys.
Crypto chat. There you
Like-
go.
My shoes are red because of the hex dip. There you go.
Yeah.
These are some good shoes. Not gonna lie, these are fucking flying. Look at the
They
heel
are
on that
pretty
thing.
good.
Yeah.
God damn.
They're fucking sharp too.
Yeah, I like them. All right. Question from Orthodox. Justin, should I sleep with my ex-girlfriend's best friend?
Yes.
Yes.
Fucking yes! Of course you should.
Listen, bro.
Fuck
Listen,
that
bro.
bitch. Sleep with her best friend.
Yes.
Absolutely, you should do it. And on
Yes.
top of that, once you get done doing it, you can try for the threesome.
Mhm.
But again, it goes
100%.
back to the kink thing. Just completely fucking own it. They want to do it anyway, bro. So yeah, you absolutely should.
They
I would
do
do
want
that
to do
for
it. They just
sure.
want plausible deniability.
Yeah,
Fucking absolutely.
that was an easy question.
Yo,
Duh.
Ben Sarah.
Where you at? I got it.
Muhammad.
I have a feeling that's not actually a woman.
Yo, shout out to Danny, baby. Those
I'm getting-
videos are nice.
I'm getting all the hate. Finally, I have a hater. I get zero
Oh,
hate
listen,
on this entire channel, and I finally got a hater. I've made it, John.
What are you
Yeah,
arguing
yes.
about?
I have now made it.
Is it areola hate?
No,
No,
it's
no,
this
an
it's
actual
this
hater.
comment. This is just this person who keeps commenting.
Let me
Same
find
thing as
mine.
you.
Hey,
A
shout out.
moderator
Oh, here we
who
go.
has just been wrenched can't even keep up with the chat, Sam. What do we wrench you
You're
for?
fired, Sam.
Fired.
Go home.
What's the point?
Sarah's got it.
It's moving.
Ah,
Hey, shout out to Danny Arnold. Skull.
hey, there we go. I recognize Danny. Recognize Happy Kingdom's in the chat as well.
Offie's in the house.
Coffee.
Offie should
We're
be
sure
here,
here,
but
Hit the
man.
like button, you
he's
guys.
away on principle or something. I
Yeah.
don't know. Offie, you should be here, buddy.
He's working.
This
No,
guy's asked,
he's traveling. He's
are
going somewhere.
Waller, Sterling, and Thor into Pulse Chain? I know me and Waller actually are.
Yep.
Are you in
I
Pulse?
am not post chain.
You're not in
I
Pulse Chain?
only,
Yeah.
I only hold 4 cones. I'm a bit of a hodler.
All right, fair enough.
I'm gonna get Thor into it. Don't worry.
See, there we go.
I'm gonna get you in.
I got some
I'll-
powder.
I'll get you in. I'll OTC you some, but I'll get you in.
Thank you, brother, man. I appreciate that.
Stop drinking, John. That's haram.
Who said that?
Some guy called Red Pill Arabic.
Oh, yeah, that's the guy. He's been on the Dude Party once. Me
Right.
him and Abu have done a couple chats.
Right, the areola thing is dividing the audience. I can tell that from the show.
Yeah.
Really?
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Left or right titty?
I don't care.
Have you ever fucked a girl with one tit bigger than the other, like a large?
All
disparity?
girls,
that's
all,
the way-
all
all
No,
girls.
girls have that.
I know that,
Yeah,
but
all
like a
girls.
large disparity.
Yes.
I mean, like a very, like I mean, maybe like
Bit.
No, I have
that much. Like
No, I fucked a girl like one tit was like really massively overdeveloped.
Well,
She had gained weight and then she lost weight again.
during her teens or something.
I don't know. But
How'd that happen?
One tit was like a good, like nice,
A good tit.
nice, pretty C cup, and the other one was like a deflated D.
Well, you know what's really common with pregnant women, or right after pregnancy, when there's
This girl is not pregnant that I know of. Anyways,
You know, these are the
don't
questions.
you
everyone
hate, you
wants.
ever like hook? No, seriously, you ever hook up?
Question.
you ever hook? This happened to me in Asia. You ever hook up a girl and you think she has big tits, and then you get home and it's a huge padded bra.
Oh, I fucking hate that shit.
Oh man,
Fucking hate that shit. I feel like men
It's criminal.
should be able to sue
Yeah.
for criminal damages for that.
Shout out to all the high school bitches.
Seriously.
look, I'll tell you how to solve it. Right? When they do that to you, you just know it's going to be an anal night.
Oh man.
Mm.
There you go. Shall we do some questions?
We have a couple of super chats coming in. I'll super chat for you, Arfie. Cooper's goddamn man.
Thanks, man.
Set up to the Justice League. Thank you, guys. And top two coming in. Miguel Jefe, when quarter 3 boss.
July.
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 That's quick.
Well, yeah, we're going to start sales in July, and then depending on the timing and stuff, we're either going to do it at the beginning of the next month or right at the end of July.
All
So
right.
it's right there. So yeah,
All right.
like month
Cool.
and some change away.
Cool. These are my favorite men. What was that one? What's that one? I like this one. My favorite men all in one room. Skull. Thank you, Danny Arnold. Appreciate you, my man.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, good man.
That's cool. Okay, Sterling, talk about Dubai networking from Mr. Truth. I mean, like it's
That's a good question.
Dubai networking. Look, I'm
interesting.
me and Justin. We're both very fortunate that we have a very close friend who has been living in Dubai for something like 13 years,
Yeah.
and he has done a shitload of very high-end networking in that city for that entire time. And so when we both went there, we basically plugged into a lot of his networks and to a lot of his connections. But it's because we did that because we were friends with him, right? So this is more of a broad, general bit of advice on networking,
Right.
is that make friends with people who have, like, if you can add value to someone's life or you're a man of value, you can network with people who have value, right? But in terms of networking around Dubai, you've got to be very careful. I'll say this specifically. You've got to be really careful not to insult the United Arab Emirates. They're a very, very proud people. And if you break the law and post it on fucking Instagram, brag about it, if you bring any kind of disrespect upon the UAE, they will send your fucking ass to jail or stop you from leaving the country until you pay a fine or until you repent, this kind of shit. You got to be real respectful and careful about this country in particular.
As you should.
Yeah, yes,
As
totally.
you should.
Yeah, respect. I respect them.
As you should. No, I think America lets that slide too much, like burning the flag in the streets. Like, go back to your country.
Fuck
like,
that
it
shit.
sucks
Yeah.
here. Leave. You know,
Fuck that
that's what the Japanese say when you complain about Japan. Like, so when are you leaving?
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Straight up, they get aggressive. It's
Ace.
like, when are you leaving? You don't like it. You should get out. You know.
Yeah. I mean, just to give people a bit of an understanding of what the UAE, for anyone who's not familiar, United Arab Emirates, this is the country that Dubai is a part of. Like Dubai is a city and a state, like New York, right? Dubai is a city in the United Arab Emirates, right?
What about
And-
Abu Dhabi?
And Abu Dhabi is also a city and a state in the United Arab Emirates.
Oh, okay.
Well, a
fine.
state is the same as an emirate. They call them emirates.
Right.
What we call a state, like New York,
Oh, wow.
is an emirate.
So it's
I'm
it's
learning.
okay, got it. So it's
Cool.
Like,
Yeah. So New York, right? They have Abu Dhabi. They have Dubai, right?
Yeah.
But they really look after their own people.
Right.
So, like Emirati being the locals, the people who have a nationality in that country, they get treated so fucking well. When they get married, because it's a Muslim country under Sharia law, technically, right? Well, they have Dubai is a little bit lenient with that. So you can hold hands in public, you can kiss in public. You don't have to wear the full burqa or shayla, right? You don't have to wear that kind of stuff. They're very lenient about that. They're specifically to attract more Western money.
Right.
Right. But, for example, when Emiratis get married, they get given a parcel of land by the government for free.
Right.
You're given land to build your house on, and if you don't build your house on, if you get married and you don't build, then they fucking give it to someone else.
Right.
They get cheaper electricity. They get better loans and way better interest rates and shit like that. They get I think their education might be free as well. They get like the government basically only employs Emiratis,
Right.
and they get paid ridiculously high wages, stupidly good wages for working for the government, which makes them have pride in their country and pride in what they're doing.
Right.
Like right now, the FIFA World Cup the next one is in Qatar, which is like 2 countries away. Every Emirati has a free ticket to the FIFA World Cup.
How the hell do we get so many people watching? 600 people?
Because I'm fucking amazing, John.
Damn, I thought your channel was
Much bigger than yours. Yes.
Yeah.
Way bigger than
I
yours.
didn't think of this many people watch. That's great. I gotta pay
Apparently,
attention.
people
I gotta put my phone away.
Like and subscribe.
Like nobody's
notification
watching
bell,
this
baby.
shit, you know? Because Fresh and Bitter on right now, so I was like, is that?
Pablo, what are you reacting to?
Oh, it just ended.
Did they?
So we just got some numbers.
Did they send us over here?
You messaged me.
Wow.
What was that?
I wonder if Fresh and them sent their audience over here.
You should text them.
Yeah, they said FM. Yeah, they sent them over here.
Did they send them?
Yeah, they sent them over
Wait,
here.
bullshit, really?
Yeah, it said FNF raid.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a raid? Oh, fuck me. Okay, cool. All right, well, welcome, motherfuckers.
So
All right,
your
cool.
channel does suck.
Sam, why me?
Your channel's massively like 150K now.
No, we're not quite there yet.
100, right?
124.
124, 100. That's basically 150.
We're doing all right.
And if you factor
Thank
in
you.
for inflation, it's 150.
You basically, yeah. All right.
FNF, baby.
All right, we got a question in here from Henry. Is it normal for a 50-year-old man to go non-stop with a woman for 6 hours?
Yes. I think is he bragging? Are you? Yeah. 6 hours. I can't go for 6 hours.
If I wanted to,
I got shit to do.
if I wanted to, I could go. I could go for 6 hours if I wanted to.
Well,
But
that's-
I do not. I have no desire to pound away for 6 hours and make my dick ring raw.
I would lose interest.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Under certain
6 hours?
circumstances-
What's his name?
Henry R. the
Hey,
liar.
Henry, you're full of
Henry
shit.
R. the liar.
You're full of shit, bro.
Hips all hurting.
You certainly can't maintain your erection long, but you certainly play for most of the time.
Damn! Every time this resets, I keep losing where we're at. Henry's full.
He's like, and this podcast is sponsored by Blue Chew. And
Yeah, I thought you guys banned this person.
which one?
They already made another one.
Which one? Oh.
Of course, you can.
Yeah. Who's the mod? Sam.
All right, I'll check in for duty.
Sam's a terrible mod. That's the reason we got you fucking cancelled. All right, here we go. Bang. All right, we got a question from Kal-El. Thank you very much for the super chat. Awesome to see Thor, Dollar Cost Crypto, Supreme Leader. We just need Aaron, Clary, Cappy. Thoughts on which countries will be powerhouses in the future? Ray Dalio changing the world. YouTube video is excellent. So someone watched the show last night and paid attention.
What does he think? Russia for sure, right?
See, okay, I'm in two minds about this.
Did you see how the EU is they're bowing out there? They're paying them in rubles.
Yeah,
I got a counter argument to that, but you guys go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm really curious to hear you, Miguel.
So I'm
The ruble's going up.
No, and they are, but at some point they're gonna find a way to weasel them out or just crush them with something, right? But but that's not. I'm not really worried because honestly, they're probably gonna end up winning the Ukraine, right?
Yeah, that was a given. The only way they're going to Ukrainian, in my opinion, are going to keep that country is like if they fucking just do guerrilla warfare style for a long time.
Like this attack has been known for a long time. Like look, if you look at Russia demographically, they had to do something militarily in these last 2 years because what's going on is that their best servicemen, all their advanced generals and stuff, all the technicians, they're all starting to age out right now.
Yeah.
They when the Soviet Union fell. When the Soviet Union was in place, they had this mentor system where they taught people how to build pipelines, how to be engineers.
Yeah, but I think that's a problem everywhere.
It's a problem, but
It is.
But it completely collapsed when the Soviet Union collapsed. So you had this aging demographic of these guys who are the top of the engineers for Russia that are essentially they're done. They're done in the next couple of years. So they were not going to have the capability to pull some war. I mean, they're barely pulling this war off. I mean, literally, it's kind of a joke. But I mean, I think Putin ended up killing one of his generals because he botched it so bad in the first couple. Because they told Putin that he was going to do it in 3 weeks, and
So have you considered this, Miguel?
But what do we think of?
As far as countries coming up, I think there's a wild card in there because if you look at the demographics for birth rate across all these countries, they're all below 2. In fact, we're sitting at 1.7. I think Japan's 1.4. They cannot replace their population.
Correct.
This is a huge
Impossible.
freaking deal.
Yeah.
So it's a huge wild card on who is going to be able to, acquire resources in the future. If we don't have the people to do it, we're not going to do it. Them too. So third world countries that there's very few that even have a positive birth rate right now. So it's going to be really interesting to watch.
It's
unpredictable.
It's really crazy because like the only countries that are going to have a really good birth rate are just African countries, but they're developing, but they don't have much of a military.
Yes.
Or anything. So it's just so they're going. So this
And
is why
they're completely loaded up with Chinese debt.
exactly completely
They're smart about
Chinese.
that's a good long game though for China.
Oh
Yeah.
no, yeah, China. Well, that's because Africa is huge, man, and Africa's been getting pillaged for resources since the dawn of civilization. So China's just taking their turn.
But the question is, like, where do you think the next powerhouse will be?
Russia, China.
I'm kind of a bit.
Have you been to Asia?
I think China.
Yeah, I've been to Korea. I've been to
Korea?
Korea. I've been to Korea. But
Korea.
I'm kind of apprehensive as to whether or not it'll be
So
Russia or China, because this Ray Dalio ability that you talked about, right?
Right.
It's a very, very credible ability.
No,
video.
of
It
course.
talks about the trends and the patterns and stuff.
Animations in the beginning about how power shifts.
Yeah, power shifts, right? And it's and there was a few key factors in becoming like the new reserve currency or the new powerhouse, right? And it was like, are they innovating?
The trust.
Do they have a big military?
Right.
Do they have a good birth rate and
Education
a powerful economy? And you look at Russia and China, and they have a few of those, but not all of them,
right.
right? And I look at like the Middle East, and I look at countries like the United Arab Emirates,
Right.
because the important part of being the reserve currency is, are people saving in your dollar, in your currency?
Right.
How many millions of rubles are being pumped into
Yeah.
the United Arab Emirates right now because they're running away?
But
Who's running?
counterpoint.
Russians are running. Russians have fled to get specifically to the UAE to run away from like the war in Ukraine, to take their money out of Russia and put it in Dubai bank accounts.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, but that's generally coming off an export of some kind of good or GDP product, and I don't know that Dubai is.
Yeah, they haven't got.
producing very much.
They're a tourist place basically.
Right.
They're an oil place,
Right.
and if we're being totally honest, they're a place for people to put money.
Yeah, they're really a hub for the wealthy.
They're a hub.
And
They're a
for-
hub
and
for
for
wealth.
that reason, I don't think
Potential
that they'll ever
refuge.
take over the reserve currency as much as they will.
They also don't have
Safe
and they don't have a military.
No military. And
What-
anyways,
what
look at them and be like, we'll just nuke these fuckers. You
What
know?
Dubai acts as is what when Ray starts talking about the divide between the haves and the have-nots, and when that creates that internal friction, and all of a sudden all the have-nots start pointing at the 1%, and the 1% start to look around and say, okay, is it time for me to leave? For that reason, I think Dubai will be a safe haven. But I don't think, because of the fact that they're not exporting in the way that he really features as far as GDP,
Innovating technology.
right.
Yeah.
They're really a place for the haves to go hide from the have-nots.
A tax shelter.
Yes.
It's a tax shelter.
Yeah.
A refuge,
But
if you will.
What country is really innovating right now?
So,
Go ahead. Yeah.
so
Korea.
all right. So I'm just gonna go back for just 1 second. So the way I'm seeing, like, if you just hear what we've been all talking about, everyone's fucked.
Yeah.
Like if you just think, so what I've been thinking, and this is something that me and Charlie have talked a lot about, is what we're kind of seeing right now is that the dollar's going to stay in its position, and it's probably going to end up leading towards sort of a mix between a cryptocurrency backed society and then a competition between the Chinese digital yuan and then the US dollar, basically.
Yeah.
The Chinese yuan is basically coming out in the next year or so. They're already doing tests of it already.
The digital version.
The digital version of it, where like they'll give you the money, it shows up in your wallet, you'll spend it like Apple Pay.
Yep.
Except it's basically if you piss off the government, they take your money.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
linked to your social credit score.
Social
Exactly.
credit score,
We're gonna have a less like fucked up version of that, but still like you saw what happened with like people donating money to the truckers over there in
Canada.
Canada.
Yeah.
They're gonna be smooth with it. They're gonna be real smooth with it. At the first, nothing bad's gonna happen. You'll be able to use it like cash, but then 10, 15 years later, like we're going to start having rules put in place.
So I actually have a question on that. So
Sure.
are you saying that you feel like the dollar will actually? Yeah. So if you watch Dalio's video,
Yes.
he said it takes between 10 and 20 years for it to transfer.
Yeah.
While another country's on the way up.
Correct.
China, in my opinion, is probably overproducing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you really look at America, we own the information in social media, which would probably slow down. Like it's like it previous to 10 years ago, you really the only way you could account for a country's value was an export, and but we own Facebook, Instagram, now Twitter, everything, right?
But
And
they own TikTok.
Yeah, the Chinese are also always
Yes.
hacking those those.
I would say
companies.
that's an inflationary product, though. There's no value to it. No, but seriously, think about it. Think about it.
I agree. TikTok's trash,
Right?
It's fine.
It's great for growth
Yeah.
because they have organic discovery on there.
but it's also different in China than it is
But
in the Western
it's the
world.
fuck
Yeah,
the
it's
US,
not
it's
TikTok
the
in
fuck
China.
the world's youth.
It's Douyin.
So my question is because of these types of things,
Right.
is that what makes you feel like it's going to slow down the degradation of the dollar being the reserve currency?
Yeah, so it's going to be it's basically going to be a really slow rollout because
Yeah.
there's nowhere to go right now. 85% of all international trade is settled in dollars.
Right.
Look, so you can't look the ruble. No one's going to trust that shit. They're basically you can't even do McDonald's. McDonald's is actually talking to Russia about selling their franchise.
No, they already sold them.
So they already sold them.
Yeah.
Like Japan's another stable currency, but it's too small.
Yeah.
It's not used enough. Okay, China, no one trusts those motherfuckers at all, right? The only reason the Africans are even using them at all is because they're the only people offering them money.
But isn't it true that China comes to places like Africa and places like that after war and starts rebuilding and like keeps
Yeah.
power plants?
Yes.
Yeah.
But they trap them in debt, so they
Yeah, they
Right,
build
exactly.
they build the roads.
Yeah, they
and stuff.
rebuild the
Yeah.
infrastructure back and
Yeah.
do the power plants and everything, but they keep it,
Yeah, they
Yeah.
keep
The
a
Chinese
percentage
keep
of
it.
the.
which is super gangster, by the way.
It
Yeah.
really is.
Respect, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Respect.
infrastructure right
That's
there.
gangster,
Yeah.
bro.
It never goes away.
One of my favorite quotes is like the biggest gangsters on the planet are actually the ones in suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
shit.
I can see how it would slow it down.
That's great.
And if you look at all the regular like the sanctions and things that happened to Russia, like dude, if you read that list, dude, they're basically like went third world overnight
Yeah.
with everybody pulling out.
Yeah.
And so they were people like they have a lot of oil, right? And they're furnishing oil to most everybody. So they had that part in Ray's formula. They have the military respectful. They have a respectful military, right?
Yep.
But then you take all these other things away from them.
Right.
And I can see where it could be arguable that maybe the ruble doesn't take over.
I don't think the ruble will be the reserve currency, but I was just saying, tying to that other question, that I think Russia is definitely going to get a come up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
they're
also-
not gonna come up.
They're the first country. They're the ones with balls to take a step against Biden.
Yeah.
They're like, this guy's a
Right.
pussy.
Yeah.
Let's see what
Right.
they do. And we're gonna take Ukraine. And then that's Ukraine. What people don't know, and not to get too conspiracy theories, but that's the mattress money for the fucking Democratic Party.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir. Yes.
That's the mattress money.
And how about this as an argument? If they took Ukraine, could that not work to America's benefit by re-electing Trump?
Well,
It would. I mean, it would make him look. It would make Biden look really bad.
Biden already looks
I
bad.
mean, he already looks bad, but I mean, this is like the nail in
because the
coffin.
election was totally legit.
Totally, you guys.
on my channel. Don't say a fucking thing.
Yes, of course.
Biden is awesome. What are you talking about?
The one with 80 million more
Just play the
votes than there are
trans
registered
kid song.
voters.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you, what do you see happening if Trump gets elected?
Well,
It-
I think if the media turns on them, it's as predictable as fucking Amber Heard crying on when she took the witness stand, right? Like you knew she was gonna fucking cry and be full of shit when she comes up there. I think the same thing. If he wins again, the media's gonna be like, "All right, SNL, let's get out our Trump jokes." And the whole nation for 4 years was trying to smear the man, and he still did a great
He
job
smashed
under extreme pressure, like getting criticized for everything. Remember the Kofefe thing?
Yeah.
When he tweeted out, like he pocket tweeted something, and just people ran with it. So I
It would
don't
be
know.
very good for the media, actually.
I just want
Oh,
taxes
yeah.
to go
Let's
down.
wait for that.
I almost think they would pray for it because they are actually in a very poor position right now.
Correct.
Their stock is down. They're actually losing viewership. You get a Trump re-election, whoo, and they're back in business.
Right.
Oh, that's true. CNN Plus just failed. Yeah,
Yep.
Absolutely.
$300 million down the drain.
All right, cool. Let's go into some super chats. Who we got up here?
Treat you.
Japanese game. Let me text for you for a second.
Go ahead.
Japanese game. All right.
Let me hit you with Miyagi.
Great line.
How do we bring this up on the screen? Hey, Thomas.
What's up?
Oh, no, my door. Bang. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Sterling and Jay Wall, love you both. Quit my job to focus on HU. Only up from here. Hopes to one day meet you both in the war room. Sorry for the rest of the lads. I don't know you, though. So good night. Well, that's John, Modern Life Dating. It's Miguel from Dollar Cost Crypto. And this is Red Pill Thor. There you go. Now you do.
See you there, man.
Bingo. All right.
That's your Aussie mate.
Pussy mate. Well, because of my job, I got to stay in Australia for now, but I want to travel this year. I'm against the jab. Good man. But need the jab certificate to travel back to Australia. Who do I pay to get an official certificate? Okay, look. Probably shouldn't be talking about this, but
Pay a visit to Pfizer and take the vaccine.
no, do not. God, do not do that. So look, if you can get out. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you right now. If you're in Australia, you're stuck in Australia. The only way you can get out is through your job. I would highly, highly consider, is there any way that you can get paid
That's her.
internationally? Is there any way you can do this job remotely so you can stay overseas and not have to come back to Australia and take the fucking jab? I would highly advise that. Or get to know somebody in the medical field who's based in Australia and maybe they can help you get vaccinated. Just going to say that's another option. Okay? Unfortunately, I can't.
You could also join the war room.
Or you could join the war room. Hit me up. Just message me on Instagram and we might be able to help you out, my friend. Basically.
Ethically.
Yeah, totally ethically.
Legally.
Why would it not be ethically?
Why not have an international network of people that can help you?
Exactly, my friend. Okay.
Right there.
Red Pill Thor. Are you at all related to Macho Man Randy Savage?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's a yes.
Him and Bonesaw McGraw.
And
Bonesaw.
Bonesaw
You
McGraw.
get the reference?
How'd you like me in Spider-Man?
He played the wrestler in Spider-Man.
All right, Miguel.
Yeah.
Hex at 9 cents today. Is this a steal?
Yes, but go slowly. I think it's going to go a little lower.
You think it's going to go lower than 9
It's
cents?
a little lower. Yes.
5 6 cents.
6 cents would be the low, but you just massage it, get it in. Because what's going to happen is if it goes to 8 cents, 9 cents, and then if 8 cents is the bottom, then as you're seeing it starting to rise up, then you just get your position in. But don't blow all your money. Just you're getting in a good price right
Blow
now.
half of it.
Don't blow it. Don't blow it. All right, let's keep going.
I'm buying at 8 cents, you guys, so don't bite it all up.
All right, cool. That was Macho Man Randy Savage. That was Miguel. Let's keep rolling on. Wait, we missed one. How did we miss this one? It was $100 chat here somewhere. Super sticker from Jose Rodriguez. We've got Crane Industries. Thank you very much. Good to see you guys doing this again. But what the fuck? Dude on the right is wearing shades at night and has more accessories than a 14-year-old girl trying to find herself.
Thank you.
That's you, John. No, I think he's talking about John.
Oh, okay.
What did you say?
Oh no, you're wearing shades. All right, fine. I thought John was wearing his shades.
Come on, you're right?
Who am I left?
My left,
Who
yeah.
am I left? Maybe he's talking about himself. All right, anyway.
Doesn't matter.
All hail Hex, Jesus, hallowed be thy name. May the citadel come, and may we live on the moon like we did here on Earth.
May your only pain be champagne, sir.
What the fuck is this Hex shit? You guys are a cult. What the hell's going on here?
I've been saying it for a long time.
This is a fucking cult. It's just
All
a
of you guys slowly shut up.
straight up cult. There is.
Miguel is more fashionable than Richard Hart, though, I'll have to say.
So for some reason I missed. There's a super chat here from $100 super chat here from 3 digits, which I can't find to bring up on the screen, but it's right here.
There you go.
3 digits. If
Three
I
diglets.
3 diglets. If I can
Diglets.
find you, I will absolutely pump it up on the screen.
Must
Like,
have been earlier or something.
yeah, it must have been from ever. familiar. He says, Ao Sterling, you eat the pineapple whole or do you juice it?
Wow. Congratulations on your first $100 super chat.
Eat it whole, my friend. Same with celery. There's another tip for you. You have to juicing it for some reason. Like juicing it doesn't really do the fucking same effect. Eat that shit whole. Same with strawberries. Like the reason you're eating the pineapple is the same reason you can eat strawberries, to make your jizz taste sweeter, so that she can want to fucking slurp it down.
Good.
Totally 100% legit. Like internet meme theory. It totally works. Eat it whole though.
But for that, how many days in a row do you have to just like
The day before.
It's just the day before.
How many guys?
Day
How many
before.
strawberries?
I mean, just like a handful.
Handful.
Yeah, and like pineapple, like
Because I've heard some crazy shit where people
3 or 4
just, like,
slices.
they're fucking having to do like a shake or something.
No, you don't need to go that. If it's a consistent thing in your diet, then it's fine.
Right.
Over time, like the average of like if every couple of days you're eating some fucking fruit, basically.
So I got a question, man. So you're having the pineapple juice or the strawberry juice to make your jizz taste better. Is that what you?
Yeah, it makes it taste better. Yeah,
So
the
how do you know-
the
how do you know-
girls tell
How
us.
do you know you're sampling or what? I mean,
Fuck off.
No, it's a serious question here. It's a serious
No, because
question.
the girl like
So
because we get no joke. Because every single girl you're on set with, I guarantee, like when I'm on set, every single girl will be like, because you can tell the instant it hits her tongue. The instant it hits her tongue, you can tell if she's like "Gah!" like that, or if she's like just sitting there taking it.
Okay.
And like, all right, cool. Like, because you're more looking for like the "Gah!" response, which
Okay.
tends to come if you like drink a ton of beer, right? Then she's like, "Ugh," or if you've eaten really fucking crap.
Acidic or something.
But if you're eating like things with lots of fructose in them, they're gonna like slip that shit down. It ain't gonna. And they'll tell you, like, porn stars are fucking honest, man. They'll tell you shit.
Very good.
They got this.
So that's not a myth.
It's a profession. Yeah.
They ain't gonna. They don't. Female porn stars don't like lie the same way that regular chicks do to protect your ego.
Right.
They don't. Especially when it's around like bedroom stuff, they're fucking brutally honest. It's the profession.
Yeah.
And it's the environment of our profession. They're super honest about like their sexual fantasies. They're super honest about what turns them on, what turns them off. Super honest about this kind of shit. They're like, motherfucker, your shit tastes horrible. They'll tell you straight up. No problem with fucking up with your like you damaging your ego, offending you. They ain't gonna fucking problem.
How can you be offended? Like, oh, she said my sperm tastes bad.
Yeah, you still swallowed it.
What a crybaby to be
It
upset
totally
about
makes
that.
sense though, because the
Like,
swingers
MLB,
hidden
the sour
symbol is the
face.
upside down pineapple.
Who cares? She's
Is
got to
that
deal
what
with
that
it.
is?
you
Yeah,
know?
if you see an upside down pineapple, that's the swingers ready to swing. Upside down pineapple.
Wait, really?
Yeah. So that
I
makes sense.
did not know that. There was one right here. Beast with the red
Yeah,
pill.
look it up. It's true.
Sterling or Waller, do you need someone to do timestamps for you live? I also do the stamps for Cultivate Crypto and
Oh yeah.
Fresh Vet and Miguel.
He's a good dude.
Hit
I mean-
me up. I need fucking timestamps.
He needs timestamps. He goes live way more than we do. Like he never goes live, and I basically like I go live every now and then, effectively. But
No lives?
I should. I'm gonna start. I think.
It's all
I mean, this is a live.
But you.
This was supposed to be on your channel.
He
But
was propped up by Fresh and Fred. Like half of them is.
who was he? This guy was also on there. What are you talking about? What are you even talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just here to get drunk and talk shit.
Yeah,
so.
obviously. We all know you cut out of your fucking liquor.
Well, I know. I'm already hammered off of this fucking little bit. I drank your shit. I don't drink in Tokyo at all.
Y'all don't know about Midtown Market, bro.
Yeah, man. Midtown markets are attacked.
I'm bringing the heat.
Dude, you were slamming those caipirinhas down like they're water. The
I
other day.
love a good caipirinha, man. Caipirinha is my
Yeah.
cocktail.
That's like
The
the
Brazilians got it right with
strongest
that mulled rum.
That's like
bro.
the strongest drink, isn't it? Like
It's like sugarcane rum. There's nothing in it. It's like ice,
It's sugar,
ice,
alcohol.
rum, sugar, lime. Bam, done.
Yeah.
No liquid.
Sounds healthy.
It's just amazing.
Yeah,
They're good, bro.
Fantastic.
They're good.
those are really strong in Japan.
Emmanuel says, "Salute to you, gentlemen. I look forward to meeting you guys in person. Thank you very much."
Same.
Like, we need more questions, guys. We want more questions. We're sitting here with like 2 bottles of wine. We're gonna go through this bottle of wine. Our moderators are sitting here bored. Apparently, Sam.
All of them in order.
So they have to send a super chat to send a
Well,
question.
they don't have to, but there's so many fucking dudes in the chat. I can't keep up.
Let's just go down.
Bam. Here we go.
What do we got? 7?
Top 2 says, "Hey Miguel, gonna join Q3, but traveling to Davo during that time. What is it?
Davos.
Davos during that time. When I'll be watching the recordings when I get back in. If you're in Miami or Atlanta, I'll buy you a cerveza.
Let's go.
Hex.
God,
He's fucking.
fucking.
This is a goddamn cult. This is
cult strength.
this is a complete
I am
fucking cult. Thank you for Crane Industries for the straight up subject out drunk MLD is something else. I just saw that one. I'll throw that one in there. Yeah, cachaça is yes, because it's cachaça, not rum, but cachaça is a sugar cane rum. So you're just being pedantic, my friend.
There you go. Write down. Look at that last question that just came in. John Lumley.
Okay, question for you. Bam. All right, here we go. What did you learn or discover this weekend while in Miami? It's a good question. It's actually a good question. It's actually a good question. All right, start. Miguel, go.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna give myself more time to think.
Yeah.
I think I need a little more time. Let me finish my drink real quick.
All right,
I'll
go.
I'll go first. Okay.
Okay.
What for me, the biggest thing that was shocking to me because I just got on Tinder. I have like just a shitty profile up right now, but just checking the market and just seeing how so many girls are literally for sale in Miami is fucking like it's actually kind of depressing. I'm like, damn, because when I look at every of these girls, I'm like, I wonder what her relationship with her father is like, because it usually has to go to quite the extreme for them to get to that level, in my opinion. I don't know what it's like behind the scenes, actually, managing these kind of girls. But I will say that a lot of these girls, I mean, they're hot as fuck, but like they're clearly for sale and advertising it on Tinder, which was, for me, I don't see that in Japan at all. So for me, it was just like, oh God, it was pretty heavy.
Yeah. The amount of bad plastic surgery out here.
The amount of bad plastic surgery.
I actually.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I actually want to say something about what you're saying right now because I think there's a little bit of an unhealthy perception of women for the young guys, particularly the ones that gauge women based off of the girls on, like, let's say Fresh and Fit.
Right.
Yes.
Gauging all women.
And
all
that's
women.
no disrespect to Myron and Fresh because I fucking love and respect the shit out of both those guys.
Definitely.
But for any guy in America, particularly, if you were looking to have an understanding of women, yes, everything on the show is true and everything you hear in the Red Pill is true. But if you're looking for a better quality of woman from the start, a better base woman to start with, it's probably going to be in your flyover states.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anywhere that's not Miami, LA, New York, dude. Don't quit on women just because you see some ratchet bitch in Miami. Yep.
Or in a major city that you live in.
Right. There are good women out there. I know for a fact.
Yes.
And whether it's in America or you even hear Andrew talk about going to places in Eastern Europe or going to Moldova. The difference is basically getting in a city where you don't have an all-star team of women that are sugar babies. Go to the Texas, Louisiana, Iowa, Kentucky, man, and look, they're fucking beautiful.
They go. I'm swiping in Kentucky right now. They are dying.
Yeah, bro.
They are
So
stunning.
don't sleep on that, man. Just because a girl look, country
And you can get them. You can get them early.
and
Yeah.
yes,
You can get them young and early.
They can have values. They can come from anything below the Mason-Dixon line. They'll have a base of Christianity.
Yep.
But that's so there's that.
Yep.
And you
It's
can
a level
just
of protection.
you
It's
can just
degree
get a
of
better
protection.
cloth of woman. A lot of the red pill space, in my opinion, is a little bit too far
Gone on them.
gone on women are trash. That's not true.
No,
That's absolutely not
very
true. You become the right guy and go get a better cloth of woman in a city that has some values left.
Right.
And I think you'll be really surprised at what you can do.
But on a global scale, definitely American women are trash.
Yeah.
I mean,
but that's a macro.
Yeah.
That's a macro.
yeah.
That's a macro.
You're talking about the micro.
And I don't think making the blanket statement
Yes.
that American women trash is going to be healthy to the guys, because if
Yeah.
those guys become the right kind of man,
Yes.
I think
Yep.
they'd be shocked at what a
They just-
good
they-
woman would do.
They're fishing in the wrong pond.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're just
definitely.
fishing in the
Yeah,
completely wrong
that's all.
pond. There are plenty of good ponds in America.
Right.
And especially, like you said, especially if you are a man who has his shit together,
Right.
you're gonna have to pick. You got the cream of the crop. You get the best of them.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll get the best version of that particular woman on
Yep.
top of that. Now, is John right? Yes, John is right. I think if you go to Japan, Eastern Europe, certainly if you go to South
Like
America,
you don't have to like hunt as hard
Right.
for a good pond.
In those countries, it's like just being a man is like, oh, he's a man. Like this guy's an asset, you know. Well, here when you're like a man, you're kind of to an extent treated like a second-class citizen, especially if you're an average guy or even a below average guy.
Right. Yeah.
Do you want to say something?
Yeah, I can do that. But I agree with Justin. When you look on the internet, even Fresh and Fit, it's all true, but it's a very myopic view where you need to zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. And as you zoom out, you can find that quality, but you're not going to get it so focused on what's out there that you're seeing on the internet right now. Because they need to be flashy to be seen and be popular, and that kind of skews the actual perception.
Like, think about like the kind of girl who like, and again, we're not. This is no like spite on Myron and Fresh. Like, we love these guys; they're our friends, right?
Well, they're doing great.
But the think about the kind of girl that would actually want to be on the show, and you know, because they know they know that they're going to get some kind of clout. They know they're going to get some Instagram followers. They know they're going to get some OnlyFans followers, and I know they do because we run those kind of girls' accounts.
Yeah.
So we've seen them go on the show, and then you motherfuckers all sign up to their fucking accounts, and all of a sudden,
And you know, another thing I'd add to Myron and Walt's credit, what they're actually doing is highlighting what you normally can't see from
That's
a woman.
correct.
absolutely,
What she is super aware and good at camouflaging
and hiding.
so by them bringing out that version of woman, they're allowing you to be able to see it and what it actually, like, you heard a woman
Like
say
the
it.
lure of the clout
Yes.
gives them this false sense of security where they actually reveal.
Right. And
themselves.
that particular woman, because they what you're doing is you're taking the polarity of the woman that will actually come out and openly say that, so you can see it time and time again. So what they work really hard to do is they're bringing in these fresh girls again and again, and so these guys are hearing women say this again and again and again and again. Whereas that girl in Iowa might not say it, but now those guys are aware. And so, in my opinion, in that way, Myron and Walt are saving lives by showing them
Absolutely.
and highlighting that part. But my message to the guys is, don't believe that's every woman.
No,
You're
right.
You're seeing like what women can be.
Yeah.
Right.
Not what every woman is.
And a worse version of it.
So, which is good because what does
They don't really show like good girls on there because good girls are in bed by 10.
Good girls are boring.
Yeah, exactly.
Good girls,
Good girls make bad TV.
Good girls are boring. Yes.
They do.
Sometimes your
They do make
relationship
bad
is kind of
TV.
bored, but
Yeah.
you're just not bored. You're
I'm
just in a
keeping her
fucking-
around.
You're in a fucking healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Not boring.
Where's the drama?
Where's the turmoil?
There's no police here.
Is she gonna stab me today?
It's so boring. But
No.
they could, but
You're in a healthy
yeah,
relationship.
so you're not going to see it. But because the mainstream media, like Disney, Hallmark movies, Netflix, all TV cinema is going to tell you has told us from childhood that women are sugar and spice and everything nice, right? What you're seeing is the actual dark side of female nature. You're seeing truth.
Yeah.
Which is why it's so important for guys to see this, like you just said.
And hopefully what the guys are taking from that is they see Disney and they see Miami Ratchet Ho.
Yeah.
And those two polarities can bring you to the average of being aware.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what you really need. Because
Awareness. Yeah.
if there is a girl that you're seeing in a small town and she's doing something, let's say that's more towards the female nature that you don't want, because you're aware of it, because of Fresh and Fit, because of how they expose that nature to the extreme, you'll be able to catch it in the subtlety of the girl next door.
There's a guy who joined my community, and he believed everything he saw on Fresh and Fit, word for word, right? And then we were like, "Why are you so down on yourself?" He's like, "Oh, because women are only interested in black men." I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He's like, "Well, I saw it on Fresh and Fit because all the girls that are on the show, they're saying like they're really into black guys only, you know what I mean?" And he literally lives with his mother. He's kind of a basement dweller, and that's his only outwards, window to the world. And he saw Miami, Florida whores for like a year straight.
Oh, okay.
And then, he was depressed about it. So
agree.
I think what you're saying is worthy and valuable.
Yeah, I think it's really, really important that the guys understand that you can find a good one.
Yeah.
And they are out there.
Yeah.
That doesn't exonerate you from keeping your frame
Right.
and handling all the things you're supposed to handle.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Too. These
But-
are good questions here.
Any man can go get it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to start doing this year as well. Because I talked about this before. Like, there are good women out there. Like, and that's what I don't want to paint a negative
Love that name.
picture by just saying, all women are whores, because then we kind of like bleed into the black pill
Right.
area, and because all of us, all of us on this couch are pretty fucking successful, but I don't think any of us here came from money at all.
Nope.
No.
You know what I mean? We're all pretty above average successful guys. To say
Poor
the least,
motherfuckers.
And so, we turned our lives around, and all of us have women in our lives. There's not a guy on this table or on this couch that's not having sex consistently. So, we did it. So you guys watching us, you can do it too. And I came from America. Just my thing is, I left, and I felt like the quality was better overseas. And that's what I did. But when I was here, I was fucking these hoes too, And there are good American girls that I have been in relationships with before too, as well.
You know what I'd say to that actually is that all of us have been in multiple countries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't strike out in any fucking country.
Yeah,
Right
man.
now.
Right.
So
Anywhere we land, we are consistently getting pussy.
Consistently.
Yeah.
And listen, they don't even have to speak English, bro.
No, fucking
right.
Google
Like,
Translate
I have got
does
Google
one
Translate.
thing.
Yeah, I've got more sex off of Google Translate. And what in that?
But Google, no, really quickly, Google Translate is actually almost better
I think
Yes.
it is.
because you don't.
Yes.
No, no.
Bad
Like
boy.
you might, anyone watching might think
It takes you back to primal attraction.
Yeah, but no, because you can play jokes and shit. Like
Yeah.
it
It's
creates.
good.
If I'm sitting there with a girl, I'm like creating suspense
Yeah.
while
there's that element
while
of
she's
mystery.
waiting
Yeah,
for me to
super
see what I'm.
flirtatious,
It's,
bro.
it's so flirtatious,
Yeah.
and I can
Comments,
I can dumb the language down, and like dumbing the language down
Makes it
is more.
sexier.
It's funny.
Dude, it's like seventh grade game.
It's great.
It is.
Yeah, it's
It
check
is.
yes or no notes.
Great.
Here's my note.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
bro.
kind of stuff.
Yeah,
This
bro.
kind of
It's-
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when in doubt, I always say grabbing a tit is the same in every language.
Yes.
They're gonna know what's up.
Really quickly, this one from you pulled up from Shank. How many G's are in your posse, and how often does the group get together to party? Are you all investors in a business, or completely do you do your own thing? We basically everyone here basically does their own thing relatively. I mean, you two are in business. We affiliate for each other.
Yeah.
We affiliate for each other.
Yeah.
We all help each other out. Yeah.
Yep.
we all-
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's like that's actually I answered that completely wrong. We all actually do help each other out.
Yeah, I'm a big believer, man. Like one time I had a guy and he was talking badly about his brother. He's like, he will not be somebody's friend unless they can make money together. And he said it in a derogatory way. And I said, what's wrong with that? And he's like, well, as I said, listen, man, if I'm really your friend, I want to push you to make money together. If I care about you, I want to see you have an abundant life where you can give everything in the world you want to give to your wife, your family, your kids. If I'm not pushing you towards that, I'm not your fucking friend, bro.
Yeah.
So if
Celebrate other success. Be
yeah,
a part of
not
that.
only celebrate it, but
Help
fucking
them.
enforce it.
Yeah.
Because if
Yeah,
I don't want to be in your life unless I can make your life better. That's friendship.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's friendship, bro.
Absolutely.
Well said.
Sometimes they don't want to hear it, but
And back to that question when they asked us, what did you learn from the weekend after doing all this stuff? That's the most important part right there.
Right.
I haven't really had a chance to get out and be social to reinforce the network that was created, that John put together and introduced us all. And to me, there's nothing better than the face-to-face. Yeah, we were friends. We talk.
Yeah.
We'd Zoom.
for real.
And we
for real.
worked hard together prior to that. But really the one that stood out to me was, almost 2 years ago, you dropped by and said hi and went and did man shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, I got to get with all these guys. We threw axes.
Had some fun with Tannerite.
Yeah.
Tannerite.
Yeah.
axes.
Shit up.
Video.
It was
Did you watch
great.
that
And
video?
so that
Did you
was
see that
really
video?
the most important thing. Is if you're listening to this, go
You
get
see
with
it?
your man tribe and make one.
Shit.
It's fucking fun.
This is a
Man.
great video.
Yeah.
You go hang out with Thor. You go do
Yeah.
it yourself, man.
Yeah.
You're not.
Close,
You're not very far. You guys are actually really close to
We're
each other.
close.
We're
Yeah.
going to throw some axes together.
Yeah.
You're like about an hour away from each other. Why the fuck ain't you blowing shit up?
Pretty close, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, if I can't make money with you, bro, I can't feel good about myself hanging out with you.
It's tough, right?
And I'm not fucking sorry either.
Yeah.
Because if I don't feel like I'm growing, then I get upset with myself. I feel like I'm fucking off.
Yeah.
I get
So
that.
if I don't feel like I am growing in
I
some
start
way,
to get like, really upset.
yeah, I get depressed.
Yeah, that's the word I was going to use.
Right.
Yeah.
So like we're constantly talking about money all day long. And
Yeah.
if I love you as a man and I want to see you win, and I don't want to see you win a little bit, I want to see you win fucking big.
Yeah.
Fuck you money.
Yeah.
Because we're going together, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's really important.
It's funny how, like, I think that at one point, to all of us on the couch, $10,000 was a large amount of money.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, now if you make $10,000 profit on a project, I'm a fucking loser.
Wait, I've got
Why
one-
am I even running this business? You know?
How many of us have more than that on our wrist right now?
All of us probably.
Probably.
Basically all of us, because it's custom. So like, I mean, it's pretty fucking close though. But like,
Yeah.
that's
We
literally
got a couple 10,000 over to spare.
like it's
to average it
yeah,
out.
to average it out. Like it's literally like that's as a perspective thing. That's
Yeah.
that's a big fucking deal.
It
Get
is.
a bit more
Yeah, it
down on
is.
my
Yeah.
Bitcoin card.
Well, exactly, right? No, but okay, like, I'm the first man in my entire family to ever own a fucking Rolex.
Same here.
Yep, same.
Yeah.
Okay, bam, there we go. Right,
First generation Rolex. On the
everyone
couch.
watching this.
First generation Rolex.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's not
That's
not a minor thing.
Yeah.
When I got this watch, Paul told me, like, man, that watch is going to outlive you. I was like, that's kind of an insult. You know, but it's, but we
But
got
it says a lot.
It does
It
say
says
a
a lot
lot.
that you have the disposable income
right.
to throw it on your fucking wrist.
Yep.
Right.
It does say a lot about you.
Yeah. It's a capital keeper too.
It is. I mean, if I'm being honest, it's actually an investment.
Yeah,
but, but it's still like you wouldn't. When I was making $10,000, like less than $10,000 a month, I would never even consider buying a watch that was worth like a month's income or something.
Yeah.
Right. You would never even consider that.
When I made my first large sum of money, I took half of it bought Rolex.
Really.
Yeah, it was reckless, but I was
That's
just like,
ridiculous.
yeah, but
You're a terrible investor.
Yeah.
I know. You know what? If you actually put that investment against other assets, it's actually not a bad
It's
investment.
you actually made a good investment.
Yeah.
It is actually a good investment.
No, for me,
Like
listen. For me, it was a psychological thing because everybody told me I couldn't do it. So every time I was like, I
Fuck
put on the
you.
watch, I was like, nope. I
Yeah,
can't do
it's a
it.
fuck
I
you,
can't do
yeah.
it. Yeah,
I
no,
get
it was
that.
for me. It wasn't for them. It was a reinforcement. Like you just did something huge.
I get that.
And
I get
could
that.
Look at it and
Yep.
be like, oh fuck, I pulled it off.
What were you guys saying? Cool.
Yeah, very much. That's a good investment. Way better than what I did, which is invest nearly $100,000 in a badass Harley. That's my butt jewelry right
Yeah.
there. I just strap it
That's
on my
different.
ass, not my wrist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like that's
But,
like getting a supercar.
it's
whatever.
not as-
like
it's not as
Yeah,
good investment as that.
but unfortunately, one of those is a depreciating asset, and one of those is
That-
an appreciating
That's what I'm
asset.
saying. That's a better investment, actually.
right.
Yeah.
And so that makes one.
But I
that makes
wasn't-
one asset and
And
one
get more
liability.
You definitely
But,
have more of
yeah.
that.
full transparency, I was not thinking like. I was like, I'm gonna get a
Yeah,
fucking
so-
Rolex.
so
Stop
John
giving John credit.
John got lucky. John got lucky.
Fucking
Yeah.
watch
I
snob.
just said I want a fucking Rolex. I'm
So
a
basically,
fucking-
John is bougie. That is
Yeah.
that was for John
Yeah.
is bougie.
He's a watch snob.
All right, let's move on.
I am watch snob.
I have to bring this one up from Crypto
It's good. It's good.
Crypto Bin Killing. Salam, Sterling Cooper. God bless you. Have you read the Quran yet? I have not.
Yeah.
I have not. But I honest to God, I'm not joking when I say this. I feel like I am far more in line with the Quran than most Americans in the way that I live.
I could give up bacon and booze for multiple wives.
yeah,
For
bacon.
multiple wives.
I forgot the bacon part. Shit.
The turkey bacon is just as good.
It's not.
Yeah.
I've had turkey.
bro.
It is not as good as
I
bacon.
mean,
Let me tell you
okay,
something.
yes, I get
listen,
it.
I live with Sterling. I watch this motherfucker eat straight fat
Bacon is amazing.
off of everything.
I
Like,
love
you
the fat.
should go keto.
Yeah, I should. Keto fits me
Yeah,
perfectly.
get Brandon Carter in here.
Full keto.
Full launch, bro.
I'll tell you a quick story. I remember back in Perth, I used to go to this kebab shop all the time, and they were all Muslim guys, and they just introduced turkey bacon
Oh.
on their like cheesy fries or whatever. And these guys, they knew me. I came in all the time, right? Not every night, but all the time. And then I was a fat fuck. They came in and they were like, "Oh, we have this new turkey bacon. Can you please try it?" I saw it in their eyes. They wanted me to confirm that this turkey bacon tasted like bacon because they'd never had bacon. They were Muslims. They were so desperate to know what bacon actually tasted like.
Mm.
They're like, "Oh, please tell us, please tell us." And I took a bite, and I'm like, I'm sorry, man. I had to break the heart. I'm sorry. It does not taste like regular bacon. I'm
I
sorry.
like turkey bacon, but
I'm sorry, man.
I don't.
It really doesn't. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
Cool. Give us a second, guys. Got to catch up. Founding Fathers of Fresh and Fit subreddit says we have eyes everywhere.
Cool.
That's not creepy at all. Let's keep rolling. Mister got plenty. Sterling, can you explain choking technique asking for a friend? All right, really quickly. Cool.
All right, Sam, come here. We got to choke someone on the camera.
Someone got to if you're gonna choke, I'm assuming you mean sexually with a woman in the bedroom. You do not want to crush the windpipe. You want to go on the sides. Like choking is actually about restricting blood flow to the head, giving this kind of light euphoric feeling. So you want to press on the sides and not apply any pressure to the windpipe in the middle. That's the really, really important part. And to gauge that, just start off by just placing your hand on her collarbone and seeing if she has an enthusiastic look on her face or a more like
Terror.
I wouldn't say terror, but stop doing what you're doing kind of look on her face.
Right.
That's a very, very quick answer for you guys. All right, moving on.
That was a really good explanation.
Thank you very much. You should have watched my presentation today.
Sir,
You would have got.
I was pulled away for a photo shoot by this lovely.
Look, and I didn't go to your presentation started too early, so I didn't go to your presentation either.
It did.
Yeah, bro, we were talking where we wanted to come, bro.
I was like, oh, can I get up
It's 2
early?
in the morning right now?
Yeah.
I'll tell you
Basically.
this, though. It was a damn good presentation.
Hey, thank you, sir.
Excellent.
I started talking
I'm a
before you
fan,
even
man.
started.
Yeah, you nerd should have went to CME or whatever. I got a cell phone number, so fuck y'all.
Woo! All right, tattoo. I find East and Southeast Asian women to be really traditional and feminine. Colombia as well. Ooh, I would kind of disagree with you there.
I don't think that's the same type of woman.
Yeah, totally different women.
No,
Grew up in Miami, not a good place to find women, and if you do, they are immediately snatched up. I'm going to disagree with you about the Colombian women thing here. I don't know if you agree with me on this, but
one of the best
I don't think
blowjobs-
Asians and Colombians are the same.
no, not at all. No. Asian women are from like, and I have been with a couple of Asian women, and they are way more like submissive and feminine than like a Colombian woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Way more.
No,
Well, Colombian women can be feminine, but the way that Colombian women are feminine is that they're very sexual. They revolve their femininity around like pleasing you sexually.
Sexuality.
They channel
Yeah.
Colombians.
Okay.
They channel it into like sex.
They're whoredom.
They're whoredom. Versus like Asian chicks will channel it into like actually cleaning and cooking and servitude, doing shit for you.
That's way more.
Which I think is way more. It's way more
That's way
useful
more
to
sexy.
you. It's way more useful
A
to you.
woman's
But
happiness is found in serving a man. So they're just getting the best ROI on their actions.
yeah, they got the right
These
strategy.
Asians are smart, kind
Kinda.
You know, man.
Garrett says, "How do you all use your credit to make more money, if at all?" I'm going to start. It's probably just a Justin question. And like,
My
That's a
credit's
good
terrible.
question.
I am I'm an Australian living in America. I literally have no credit score. It's not. I've never borrowed money. I've never rented got a house loan, a car loan, nothing
Do you
at
have
all.
credit cards?
Nope.
You
Nothing.
two on all cash?
I am 100% cash because I'm not from this country.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't have the credit score.
Right.
In Australia, I have one, but I don't have one here.
You
And I
probably
don't
have an
use it.
800 credit score, don't you?
So Justin is the man to answer the question.
Yeah, so I'm an
15.
accredited investor, but I do lend money on flips in real estate. So it's nothing for me. In fact, I just took Thomas through a house that we flipped recently. I only got $300,000 to buy the house. I wanted to be first lien holder.
Mhm.
So a lot of times when you loan, the bank loans money. Bank's first lien holder, you loan for construction. I like to loan for the whole thing. That way, if the project goes sideways, I own the house outright. I only do that with very select people. I think I just got, about an 8% return on $300,000. I made a good lick. So I do that
8%
8%
on 300 grand?
$300,000. Yeah, that's
Get my calculator out.
that's 24,000.
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
That's 24 grand.
That's really interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 24 grand.
What's the turnover on that?
So I did that in about 6 months.
That's not bad.
No, it's really
Nice.
good.
So do you use
Really good.
credit to do that? Is that how you're doing
No,
it?
I
You've
don't.
never
I
done-
actually use cash to do it. But
Is
what
that-
I will
okay.
say is I have over $1 million in lines of credit in my business.
Okay.
And if there would have been another flip or something like that, or if
Okay,
I'd have had cash tied up, if I'm borrowing money at the Fed +2,
Yeah.
and I'm lending at, let's say, 8 to 12,
Yes.
if I would have had to dip into any of my business lines of credit, I would have had to push the points and interest up, or just the interest in general, to maybe 12. But
Oh.
they would take it. So if I can take the bank's money at, let's say, 5% and charge 12,
I
and I make 7
7.
just by putting the money to work,
Yeah.
it's a good day, bro.
Yeah, I did not come
Yeah.
to that arrival until very late in life, just recently, in fact.
Yeah.
I'm an accredited investor as well. And so all the houses that I own in the investment zone, they're all free and clear. I have no debt whatsoever. My credit is very, very good. But
Right.
I realized when I had all this, I also had a lot of risk with it, because I outright own all of these assets that, could be leaned against if something bad happened. Even though I carry millions of dollars in insurance,
Right.
I would have been far better off, and from a tax perspective too, having leveraged other people's money and acquired even more assets.
Sure,
I didn't
but it's
do
not
that.
too late to that.
You're
So,
right. It's
so
not.
you have 5 houses right now,
and that's brand new. I just
Right.
came to that realization that you're
So-
already doing it.
right? So
Yeah.
let's talk that through for a second, though. If you own 5 houses,
Mhm.
what would you say the value of those 5 houses are total?
California,
Give
maybe
me a round number.
where I have it, maybe just under, maybe 2 at the most, maybe at 1.5.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
Or 2,
so let's just call it 2, just
Yeah.
for an even.
Yeah.
The bank will give you what they call LTV, loan to value,
Mhm.
75 to 85% loan to value. Let's call it 75% on 2,750,000. That's a good bit of change. 750 twice, right?
Yeah. 150. Yeah.
Yeah,
1.5.
$1.5 million
Mm.
they'll give you on your equity in those properties,
Right.
which you could essentially go buy more debt with.
That's what I just
Right.
said. Yeah. I'm
So
very interested in that.
what you could also do is loan on flips or other deals and put that money to work. So that equity is actually not wasted by you putting, if anything, you can use the loan to value to make yourself more money with reducing the risk of your downside of having that long-term mortgage, or any kind of like over leveraged situation.
Mhm.
So all that equity you have in your property is actually a good thing, as long as you can go to the bank and get good loan to value, and then you put that money to work.
Interesting. So I'm carrying the notes for several mortgages too. So I know I've been offered to buy solos out a lot. Have you heard of anybody that can leverage? We shouldn't discuss this here, but have you ever heard anybody leveraging their notes for credit? As
Leveraging their notes,
Yeah.
like your owner
offering
finance
it up
notes?
offering it up for sale, your note, without selling it, borrowing against the note you're holding for a house.
Yeah, so you can only borrow against the equity you're ahead. The bank will borrow, let's say you buy a house at 150 grand. Let's say you buy a house at $50,000 and you put $50,000 into it and you get it reappraised at 200.
Okay.
The bank, you being ahead $100,000, the bank will give you $75,000 of that equity that you have built
I
up in the
understand
house.
that. I understand. I'm actually the bank
Right.
for a couple.
What I
houses.
like
sold
about
it, and I'm
your
holding
deal
the
on
note
the lease
myself.
option
Yes.
or the owner finance
Yes.
is that you take that money in.
Right.
So you get, first of all, you get that money that you can put down against your note, where your appraisal is still way to the moon,
Yes.
right? Which reduces your risk.
Yeah.
If the economy goes to shit and your value drops,
Yeah.
and you have to get right with the bank on the 75% loan to value, you already have all that equity in the house, so you're very, very safe. And since you're the bank, they don't technically own the fucking house yet, so you can pull the money out of the house that they're buying from you and make money off of it until they pay you outright. And you and I both know that they generally, statistically, will not finish that payment off,
Yes.
which means you keep all the money that
Keep it
they
all.
paid you over time.
I'm glad you said that. I just learned this within the last year, honestly.
Yeah.
And I just didn't even think about it because I'm from the school of I just pay everything off. I'm good, man. But
Yeah.
that's not true, really.
It's funny how
It's not putting the money to work.
it's funny how when you get to a certain level of financial success, all you have to do is use your own money to continue to make money.
Make more money.
Right.
And just stay afloat
Yep.
instead of going back to having to work 9 to 5 and all that.
I'm a big fan of that because I trust putting money to work more than I trust a person with a heartbeat
Mhm.
a wife, and alcohol are a drug problem.
Yeah,
I like
You know
hearing
what I'm
that, 'cause
saying?
I was
So-
very hesitant.
I like how you
So,
said
yeah.
wife problem.
Yeah, no, it's true, man.
No, it is
You know,
true. No,
like,
it is true. It is true.
In construction, I can have a guy that's very, very, very profitable suddenly become not profitable because he's going through a divorce.
Mm.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's definitely something to pay attention to, especially
That's a
when
good
hiring
point.
key employees.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell if they have a good grip on their wife and their situation at home. But the one thing that I will tell you is that I won't partner with a person unless I know for a fact they have a grip on their situation with their woman, because nothing can cripple you more than getting your heart broken.
That's a
Absolutely.
That's so fucking
Yep.
true.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm not jumping in that boat with anybody that doesn't have control.
He's a real gangster if he can continue to work through that heartbreak, though.
Yeah.
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 One thing I do appreciate about you is that you pay your workers a good wage.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
That is because there's a lot of bosses out here that are just nickel and diming. You know. a lot.
Miguel paid this guy shit in his business.
I thought you paid him in hex.
He paid him in hex. Oh my
Actually, you know, okay, no cap. I actually did it for like 3 of them.
Oh no, man, that's funny.
All right, moving on.
Shout out Eric.
When we are lost and frightened our demons, you guys keep it 100% and give us a light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you for being fearless with your messages and wish you guys longevity and prosperity. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's appreciated.
Thank you very much. You know what I love about all these? Half of these super chats are just like guys thanking us.
Yeah.
I'm like,
This is the first time you get this many
It's
super
meaningful
chats.
though. Thanks, guys.
this guy's a dickhead. Okay, George, any thoughts how a man making $50,000 a year can climb out to make serious cash? I'll jump in really quickly. Figure out, like, you have to be able to leverage, right? So if you're making, typically, I would assume if you're making $50,000 a year right now, you're trading your time for money, right?
Okay.
So
Poor man's
the
hustle.
only way you can try to play that game, like of climbing the corporate ladder or skilling up, right? But you're still going to end up trading time for money, no matter how high you climb the ladder. So eventually you're going to have to try and leverage. So that means, okay, I'm making $50K a year. I'm going to take some of this money away and I'm going to develop some kind of skill, or maybe I have some kind of experience, right? In the past, I know things. I'm a very odd example of this, but I knew how to solve sexual problems. Cool. So now I can leverage that knowledge through the internet, through email marketing, through social media marketing, or whatever, and I can start to develop a supplemental income that is not attached to me dedicating, okay, I have to be on set for 8 hours to make this money. It's detached from my time investment. Same with real estate investing, same with crypto investing, right?
Right.
You have to find some way of detaching your income from your personal time investment.
And that's some serious dedication you did for that first book.
Yeah. I'd like to comment on that and give you some hope. So I trade my time for many, many years for a wage. If you're going to do that, do it in a very skilled craft.
A high-paying
Do it
skilled
high-paying
craft,
one.
Do it for top dollar. If you
Yeah.
trade your time, at
$100,000
least do it for his top dollar as
$200,000
much as you
and then
can.
take that money and leverage it with a hustle. In 1999, I started an online web retail store. That's how I got into real estate. 10 years later, by leveraging the money that I earned. First 3 years, I was 30 grand in the hole. I was ready to shut the doors, and then it took off. We just stuck with it, and I essentially made that business for a couple reasons. I did some artwork. It was very popular. And then also I wanted a stay-at-home wife to do something. Perfect. I solved my problem. I'm a problem solver. But it was very much incrementally. And throughout that whole time, I still kept my wage hour job because I loved it.
Let me
So
ask
if you're
this
going to work
question
for
to this
wages,
guy.
do something that you love.
Look, I'll just say this quickly. If you're making $50,000 a year, it's because that's where your skills have limited you at.
Right.
So you got to get more skills so you can be more valuable to the economy and they'll pay you more. You've maxed out your skills, so you got to learn a new skill.
Your value,
And get a hustle.
your value is always on the scoreboard, bro. So if you're making 50K, I completely agree with John. There's probably room for you to get so good that you're like Thor and you're
Yeah.
making big money for what you do. I say this all the time. I think I said this to Thor this morning at the event, is that, you know, in 10 years, I think YouTubers are going to be like, the new hack is learn how to be a plumber.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
Exactly.
like, I think that shit's
Yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah.
I think this internet shit's going to fizzle out because every, particularly, I said this, I was talking to Rolo in Houston at Rebel Capitalist, is the reason I think that we have so much trouble filling jobs in the trades, and I think that you'll agree with this, Thor, is that because if you go into trade construction or line work or whatever, the things that make the world go round, the world has told you that you failed.
Yeah.
And so they tell you that if you're not 22 driving a Lamborghini with a drop shipping business
I hate
with Amazon,
I hate it.
Bullshit.
you know, or you're a 22-year-old CEO university, dude, these fucking nuts, man. I build buildings that make this fucking world go.
Yeah.
You hook the power up so people
I
can
hook the
turn lights
lines to
on
it.
and
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I'm telling you, give it another decade.
Yeah.
Be that guy that knows how to do shit that makes this world actually work.
Yep.
That makes it where people can go to the mall, people can have school gyms and have basketball
Yep.
games, people have, you know, hospitals to go to. I can't tell you how many schools and hospitals and airplane hangars and shit like that, and all that got wired by you. And newsflash, motherfuckers, if that shit ain't there, none of this shit works. We're not even sitting here talking on this podcast right now.
You are right on it, and it's even more important than that. Just in my industry alone, 2 years ago, I did this for you. I talked about getting a skilled craft like being a power lineman.
Right.
Yeah.
2 years ago, we were within 5 years, 40 of power linemen, 45% of us were within retirement age.
Yeah.
That was 2 years ago. We're
Yeah.
3 years away from 45% of the power linemen in the U.S. alone will be of retirement age. That's 65.
It's extremely pretentious.
So there's a lot of opportunity if you want to upgrade.
It's extremely pretentious of these people who are like, oh, you're a fucking plumber, or were you a landscaper, or you're an engineer. Like, you know, people are kind of their heads are up their ass. Everybody thinks you only made it if you're up in an office in some fake fictional. I'm up in an office. I work like 2 hours a day and I make $1 million a year.
Right.
It's like a fantasy. That shit doesn't exist.
It's a pipe dream, bro.
It's bullshit. But that's what I tell guys in my network. You know, the thing is, if you go to the trades, no matter who you are, as long as you do the work, you'll get paid, and you can climb the ladder. It doesn't matter if you're fucking black from the hood, you're a Mexican immigrant, or you're a fucking white guy.
I need to say something to that.
You know?
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter, because I grew up. I think all of us grew up either regular or poor. I grew up fucking poor, right? And so for me, my mom didn't even tell me that this shit existed. So I was going to like work at like, you know, Express and then Olive Garden and then bars and shit like that. And in my opinion, wasting my years, because if I would have put something into a trade, at least year 1, year 2, year 3, I'm getting smarter. My value is going up. Therefore, what I can get for a salary is going up. And not, you know, working. Oh, I've worked 3 years at Chick-fil-A. I was a manager of folding clothes. Now I'm like, you know, the district manager of folding clothes. Like, that's just a small skill, you know. But these trades, I think a lot of people don't realize that they literally make the world go round. Yeah. If you become like a pipe welder, you can travel across the sea. You can take jobs in Europe. You can
dude's making like $150 an hour and shit.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
exactly.
Like, bro, it's legit. I have, bro, like 7 or 8 dudes that make 6 figures that work for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in newsflash, man, for any of you guys, I would particularly say, with all due respect to the young black kid, nobody, I cannot afford to give a fuck what color you are.
Yeah.
I really can't, man. If you're
No.
good, and you put the ball in the end zone for my company,
Yeah.
I can't afford not to pay you.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't afford it. It's too hard to come by.
Yep.
I learned
To
that.
find a good man.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way
Like-
by losing good people in my business.
Yeah. So, like, man, any kid that thinks that he's underprivileged or coming from the wrong neighborhood, fuck, I came from trailer park.
Yeah.
Like, but you know what? The people that hire me, they can't afford not to use me.
Yeah.
Because I pushed through and found a way to solve their problem in my trade.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm telling you right now, anybody that's about money is colorblind as fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let me
Yeah. Any color they see is green.
Yeah. I can only see one color,
You're from
bro.
Australia. That money's yellow.
It's all kinds of colors.
I got a question for you guys on the panel, right? Because you know what Justin just said is 100% true, right? But I think all of us we're all clearly above average, right? but I think the reason is because we all actually wanted it.
Yeah.
We wanted it.
Absolutely.
What separates the guy who wants it from the guy who doesn't want it?
I couldn't stand the idea of being mediocre.
I hated it. Yeah,
Literally, since I was a young man, the idea, the possibility of being an average man, I wouldn't say repulsed, but it scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Because to me, that meant I had failed. And I'm not saying this to make any guy who thinks he's average to be like feel bad about himself. I'm just saying that this is what got me to where I am. It is what motivated me was the idea, because I have a lot of investment in legacy and family history.
Yeah.
I find that very, very important.
Yeah.
And I want to be someone that my great grandkids will talk about the same way that my father talks about his granddad every fucking Christmas. Every Christmas, my dad and my uncle sit our family down and they tell us family stories about all of their degenerate fucking uncles and cousins.
I'm just thinking about them telling your stories.
Exactly. Mine's the coolest.
Our great grandfather Sterling, he pulled on his dick for a year to get to where he is.
Exactly.
And then he made an ebook and took photos of this.
And then he fucking helped millions
of
of
men.
men.
And made millions of dollars and millions of children.
Right? That's a cool story.
No, that is cool.
Yeah, that's a cool
I don't think
story.
people realize the dedication. I gave up after one day of your book.
Cut that out. Cut the feed.
Just because when you pull your dick from behind under your ass, I was just like, what? I didn't even know my dick went this way.
Jonathan, that sounds like a tuck.
I'm serious. It's in his book. It's a great book.
It works. I've done it.
It does. No, it does. And I was just like, that is dedication. This man pulled on his dick for a year. I took photos, and then you made,
And I got into the porn industry because of it.
Yeah, and you made so much money from that. But I respect you. That's not an insult. That's total respect.
Thank you.
It was so hard. I gave up after
Who
one day.
says there's no such thing as a dick push-off?
What was the question you asked, John? Sorry, but I cut off.
What do you think that separates the guy who wants it from the guy who doesn't want it?
Well, one thing I'd say to that is for me personally, is I want one of two things. I either want to be dirt broke, poor, fighting for something so big I can get excited about and know that when I'm on the bottom, 25 years old with a mattress on the floor and a TV on the floor that I don't watch, that I have the opportunity. If I lost it all today, the last thing I would want was a job that I could pay my bills and feel comfortable in.
Right.
The comfortable feeling is the big part.
Comfort is the enemy.
Right.
Yeah.
I have never felt more alive than when I had nothing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow, that's deep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's deep.
When there's no net, that's when the story's good, G.
Yeah,
Right.
You know what I'm
I see what
saying?
you're saying, yeah.
And so
I see what
I
you're saying.
swing for the fence or swing for nothing at all.
Did
It's a
you
good
hear what I
feeling.
did when I went to Japan?
No, tell me.
So I nuked my credit, and I left I had a Toyota, I had to pick up a Tacoma, and I called the dealership and said, "Listen, I'm about to go to Japan, and I can't make the payment on this. I'm sorry. The keys are in the fucking in the little visor." I said, "It's at this address. Come pick it up. I'm sorry." But I there was no way for me to come back to America without being
Right.
humiliated and financially being completely ruined. And then I went to Japan, and that's when I made my success.
Right. But it's in that moment.
No safety net, like you said.
Right.
Burn the bridges.
You don't want to.
Yeah.
You don't want a safety net. You want to burn the boat. And there's no movie that's ever worth a fuck watching where the hero doesn't go through some adversity.
Yeah.
That's
Pain.
large like
Pain,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. That's why
So,
the new Star Wars movies suck.
For any exactly. So for
Very soon. Very soon.
No,
so
yeah,
for
very
any young
serious.
guy who thinks his life sucks, who thinks that he doesn't have a chance or that he has some disadvantage, bro, good.
That's your story.
Because when you make it,
Yes.
when you get there, bro,
Yes.
you don't want to be that dude that was like, yeah, my life was pretty good. I just made it a little bit better.
Like, my parents gave it all to me.
yeah,
That's a boring fucking story.
Yeah, bro, literally, if anything, if you don't have anything at all, you should be excited about the gap that you're going to create between where you started and where you go.
Yes, let that fucking
That
should tingle your balls.
Literally, like we talked about this previously before. Like sometimes I miss being broke.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I miss the
fire
feeling
Yes.
of. Because let me tell you what happens when you start to make enough money where you don't have to worry about it anymore. You kind of die inside a little bit.
Oh, don't be like that, but it's true.
But yeah, but no, it's true. But it brings me to an important point. I'll never forget. I was 33 years old.
Oh man.
I was in my house. I'm putting on dress shoes to go to my construction office, and I look up in the back glass. You've been to my house in Baton Rouge, so swimming pool, bamboo, bad boy, right? And I'm just like, this is a long way from the trailer park.
Yeah.
But in that moment, it's like something hit me. It's like I don't have to go to work today.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I don't have to. And so I feel like success is a two-way formula. It's climbing the mountain from broke to where you are, but it's looking for more fucking mountains.
Yep.
Because if you don't look for a bigger mountain and more consciousness, because that's all the bigger mountain is consciousness, then you will fucking die inside. So you only have one or two options. You can die inside, or you can self-sabotage yourself down that first mountain.
And a lot of guys do that.
And a lot of guys
will do that. They'll
And a lot of guys
self-sabotage.
do that.
Yeah.
Don't take for granted the life that you're going to feel for being at the base of that mountain when you don't have anything.
Yeah.
Because, man, I'm telling you, you will miss it one day.
Yeah.
And for God's sake, find another mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because if you don't, man, that's one of the most dangerous things that can ever happen to a man.
There's a WWE documentary, and you guys remember The Ultimate Warrior?
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never watched it.
Yeah,
Of course, Randy Savage.
the Ultimate Warrior. So when he was like, striving his whole career. I think I took so much fucking steroids. He looked great. He died like he was 56. He died from heart problems recently. But he
WWE.
yeah, he became the WWE champion, WWF at the time, and then he got the belt, and he said he was happy for like 2 days,
Yeah, man.
and then he's like, "Now what's next?"
Mm.
That's how I felt. Like this is I bought
dangerous.
my watch. This is my dream watch, right?
Yep.
And I bought it, and it was a moment of triumph in my life, and I wore it for like 2 weeks, and I was just kind of like, all right, what's next? Like the high wore off. You know what I mean?
Dude,
I like what you guys said about the no net, because physically that's real too. And
Yeah.
that's what kept me where I was at with power line work. When I unclip off the helicopter on the skid and I'm 300 foot in the air, there's literally no net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I better be strong enough to grip
It's
myself
like that
with
in
my
steel,
tools.
bro.
Yeah.
It's like that in
It's
steel, bro.
amazing. So it's the same feeling. And I talked about this today. It's a great question, John, I talked about in my lecture, which is the difference is in those guys, the ones that succeed, they learn the skill set of turning adversity into advantage by taking action.
Yeah.
That's my advice to the question. That's how you do it.
You know what it
The
was?
other ones don't.
You know what it was for me? I couldn't stand my family getting treated like shit.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I like that.
That shit burned me inside for fucking
Yeah.
years because
How will they treat like? How will your family treat like shit? If you don't mind me asking.
it's because my entire family worked for a bunch of we just worked for rich people.
Yeah.
Consistently, like my mom like ran a maid service. My dad built the fucking houses.
Yeah.
Like I mean, literally, like my brother ran like fucking. I mean, it's just basically like my entire family just worked for a bunch of basically rich bankers, like literally ExxonMobil guys and
yeah.
like the guys who caused the 2008 crash. I mean, literally, what is that company that fucking failed?
Enron.
No, not Enron.
That was earlier. Yeah.
No, the 2008 one.
Oh, yep. I know what you're
The
talking about.
bank?
The-
Lehman
Lehman
Brothers?
Brothers. Yeah, we
No,
worked
yeah.
for literally ex Lehman Brothers guys.
Yeah.
We worked for them and stuff like that. And it was just seeing my mom and my dad and my brothers just like slaving away.
Yep.
Like and I was doing the same fucking thing. We were making good money, but at some point I fucking cracked.
Yeah.
I couldn't fucking take. I literally couldn't fucking take it anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, I was telling my brother Eric, I was like, what the fuck is going on with right now?
Yeah.
Like, are we fucking slaves?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what fucking got me like to do this crypto stuff and do all this other stuff because I couldn't fucking take it anymore because I couldn't see my dad going like day to day, like fucking get broken up and shit. Like my father can't even walk anymore.
Yeah.
He's so beat up and shit after all these years. All my uncles, my entire fucking family is just destroyed
from labor.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what my trip about walk around Miami's been like, right? One thing I didn't have that I came to Miami, I got was understanding of Miguel's deep knowledge of landscaping. He walks around, this fucking landscaping sucks, man. He's like, I don't know who's doing this landscaping, but this irrigation is shit. There shouldn't be leaves over there. You know, he really knows the business in and out. And he obviously came back with a vengeance because now you've started a cult with the hex and everything.
Now he's a Hexican.
They call you Hex Jesus.
Hex Jesus.
What?
Big W.
That is also a wonderful part of the story.
Absolutely,
Because what you get to do when you're at a technical
Thank you. Set him up. Thank you.
When you're at a technical disadvantage is that you can be the person in your family that creates a generational change.
Yes, absolutely. No, and it's Tate said this too, right? One of his videos, he said one of the best things about becoming rich is reminiscing how we used to be poor.
Yeah.
You know, for me, when high school, if I could get $2, I graduated 2004, right? So if I could get $2.50 to buy a Chick-fil-A sandwich, that was like, that was like highlight of the week, you know?
Yeah. Do you remember when you stopped, like wearing, like you just went ahead and fully filled up your tank of gas?
Yeah. I got $50 today.
Let me tell you a story about it. Let me tell you a story about it.
Yeah,
2005? All right, $5.
$5.
I think I have a story. I think will cap all this, right? I used to run my tank so fucking low, and my dad's a mechanic, right? So every single car I've ever had has been a fucking like fixer up, right? It's a piece of trash. You're like, why want a new car? This one's like fucking $100. Yeah, but Dad, it's complete horseshit, right? Every single car I ever had was a complete pile of trash. I remember I used to run the tank of gas so fucking low, and don't ever do this because the sediment in the bottom of the tank will accumulate, get into your fuel injectors, and fuck it up, right?
Yeah.
And I remember one day I ran it so low, I was like, I can make it to the gas station. And I pulled it out of my fucking driveway. It was literally maybe like it was less than like half a mile away to the turn off to the highway.
Yeah.
I got to the turn, and the fucking fuel injectors stopped working. So I'm going like I'm driving, and all of a sudden the car turns off,
Right.
and the steering wheel locks up.
Oh yeah.
And I'm trying to go around a fucking corner.
Right.
So mid fucking turn, I have to like start the engine to get the fucking car to keep going around the goddamn corner. And that was the moment I was like, I need to make more fucking money.
Yeah.
Because I can't afford to keep the fucking fuel in this goddamn car. It was horrible.
I saw your banger too a few years ago.
It was amazing.
That was better.
Ah.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. So I actually had a marker when I was coming up as an apprentice and as a journeyman that was stated to me that I knew I was doing okay and I was making enough money and actually kind of felt wealthy. Did you guys have any epiphanies like that? I'll tell you what mine was. Mine was I could take my family to any restaurant in any downtown metropolitan area and order anything out to me. It wouldn't bother me a bit.
Right.
Yeah.
That was what it was
For me, it
For
was
the whole family.
mine was in
$1,000. I was fine.
just 2019. That was the first year my business hit off. I was 33, and I had been poor for 33 fucking years of my life. And so we went home for Christmas, and my brother lived on the military base in Wyoming, so we used to go to Wyoming, the Air Force Base there. And I remember I loaded up my family. I was like, everybody dress up. We're going to Whole Foods, and I'm buying everything, for my poor ass fucking family. That was a huge W, and I could pay for it, and that felt like, I spent like $500, but for me, I was just like, wow.
That's a good market. Yeah.
And I know it sounds like fake. It sounds like
No,
politician.
no,
It
it's
sounds
good.
Disney.
No.
I know it does, but for real, that was really like the happiest point of my life, just knowing that I can provide for my family and just be the boss.
Yeah. I guess for me was when my dad just was coming out of knee surgery, and I was able to take care of all the bills for my mom and my dad just completely.
That's great.
That's amazing.
Feels good, man.
Did you pay in Hex? Converted the doctor. He's like, can you
No,
just
I
take Hex?
paid in pesos. I paid in pesos.
Take Hex for this. Take Hex for this. You know.
You guys take tacos.
Got a few questions to get through here from Mary C. What advice would you give to a 24-year-old with no debt, making six figures in tech? Focus on career or try to fill the other buckets?
Fitness. Games,
24 years old, six figures in tech. Does he focus on fitness and chicks, or does he keep focusing on the money?
Cool. Okay,
Basically.
so let's talk about the money first. So there's three parts to money. There's making the money, and then there's protecting the money from tax.
Keeping it.
Yeah, keeping it.
Yeah.
And then there's making it grow. So there's a huge difference between being rich and being wealthy.
Yes.
Being rich is where you make a lot of income.
You still got to work a lot.
And you still have to work.
Yeah.
Wealth, on the other hand, cannot be destroyed. So you get to a point, and I'm at a point right now where I'm definitely rich, but now since we have real estate properties and things like that, we're pushing money into assets where the money can grow.
Right.
So we're buying crypto like crazy. We're buying real estate like crazy. Yep. I bought a G-Wagon to protect against the tax liability.
Yep. 6,000 pounds.
6,000 pounds, baby.
Sure.
So what I would tell you is that you're making good money in tech, understand the formula of wealth. It's make it, protect it, and then put it in vehicles that make it grow. Okay? Because one thing that I think athletes and rappers and a bunch of people make the mistake of doing is thinking it's going to last forever.
Yep.
So
ain't gonna.
do yourself a favor. Do the man in the rocking chair a favor, the 90-year-old version of yourself a favor, and make sure that golden hour of opportunity does not pass you by. So that's number one on the money. From there, once you get that straight, I always default to fitness.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna jump on that.
Yeah, I always default to fitness because your ability to make money, have the energy to do business, have the ability to gain respect, and be able to do big things in business and continue to grow in business.
Yeah,
it's a huge. Primal law is real. If you walk
There's a direct
in a room,
correlation.
If you walk in a room,
Yeah.
and you are in shape, people will naturally respect you.
Absolutely.
And it bases down to
So
you
true.
You can fuck that person up. It's like violent as that
Yeah.
sounds.
Well, look, nature's metal.
Yeah.
You know? So your ability,
Violence is respected.
Yeah.
yeah.
It really
Yeah.
is. Like,
No, yeah. It's
it
powerful.
especially if you pretend that it isn't. It
Yeah.
absolutely
Right.
is.
And the beautiful thing about fitness is that you can't buy it.
No. You can't. That's the one status you can't
Yeah,
buy.
you cannot buy it.
Yeah.
So I would certainly focus on your fitness, and then from there, you should definitely study female nature.
Yeah.
Because there are men all over this planet that became great athletes, great performers, great men in their industry that lost all of it due to their inability to understand female nature and keep frame.
So basically, he just said money, muscles, game. In that order.
That was well said.
Yeah. And to be quite honest with you, my friend, I would actually put fitness in fitness, money, and then game.
Yep.
If I had
You start with your body.
Yeah,
you
start
have
with
to start with the body
with your physical body because your physical body is going to be tied into your mental.
because like your diet, like not like nobody feels worse after a workout.
Yeah.
Nobody.
No.
You never feel less like doing your day-to-day job or your hustle after you've worked out. You
Right.
never ever feel like, oh, I don't want to fucking
People, yeah,
grind.
and people
You never
ask
feel
me,
that.
they're like, how do you have the energy to do it? My question to them is, how do you have the energy not to?
Yes.
You get energy by expending energy. It's kind of it's a weird.
Well, I'll tell you exactly what it's like. It's just like, have you ever seen one of those little toy cars that you crank them?
Yeah, it's like that.
Think of your body just like that. If you crank that, it will create actual energy in your body. So that's the only way to look at it. So
Tweedledum.
We are moving sex horses. And
What's the
apartment.
cord? What's the cord?
Lloyd Christmas and Harry.
You ought to
Dunn.
see it when we put that on the balcony.
We're making.
Yeah.
If anyone watching, we've got some guests here. We're making some seats for the people who've got guests.
Use the sex toy.
And
as a seat.
we're moving my sex furniture around the house so people can sit down.
It's been sanitized.
Sam, film this so people know what we're talking about.
It's another classy.
It's super. It's leather. It's black. Of course, it's classy.
It smells classy.
I bought it. Of course, it's classy. All right.
All right. Next
Anyway,
question.
moving on. All right, let's keep going. We definitely have a bunch of questions here.
I would add one thing to the money though. If you do everything you said, I would say definitely one of the things that's been hugely advantageous to me, maybe it's not as profitable, but is I have more than one income stream. I actually have six.
Yeah.
And that's very useful in hard times is to have multiple income streams. Because they kind of change a little bit over time.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all I would add to that. But I mean, Justin was so right on.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is about wanting it, right? Yeah, that's as a coach, that's the thing that perplexes me, right? Because I clearly have a system that works. I think we all do, right? That's otherwise we wouldn't be where we are because we tell you guys a better system. But the big differentiator, I really think, is not about. I mean, really, is just about execution, and a big part of execution is not giving up.
Yes.
And a lot of guys, they'll start. You know, I mean, I think we've always seen this, right? We're going a little bit. Here, before I don't want to get it on Justin. There you go. I don't want to spill on Justin.
They didn't care about me last night.
Fuck you,
dickhead.
I'm still
Knocking his fucking drink all over me.
I'm in the process of winning Justin over. I'm gotta be on my best behavior.
You lost me.
You're already one of my hoes. It's good.
Oh.
No. You're the nicest.
Whose
guy.
couch are you on? All right, there's a
Wherever-
balcony right there.
Wherever you want.
Anyway, continue.
Wherever you want.
Continue.
I don't know. I was saying something.
We've got lost in the minutia. All right, let's move on to the next question.
Next question.
Gentlemen, what kind of advice would you give somebody that is scared to take their life to the next level? I'm 18 and a profitable currency trader.
What? That's bullshit. I mean,
I'm a forex trader.
but you're profitable. Well, you made $5 profit. Okay, whatever. Yes, you can level up. So you're 18. Of course, you can level up.
I'll finish the question first
Sorry.
before you rip this kind of shreds, John. Did any of y'all have a mental block leveling up in life and business?
Yes. Listen, it's what Justin was saying earlier. Welcome to being a fucking man. Okay,
Yeah.
You have to level up, or
Yeah.
you're gonna get depressed.
Yes.
Like we were just saying, for us, we're not making this up. Like when we make $10,000, it's like, damn, I'm a loser. Like that
Yeah.
comes.
Let me tell you something
You know?
about
Yes.
becoming a millionaire. The second you become a millionaire, you really realize how fucking broke you are.
Yeah,
Mm.
shit. Yeah.
And so,
Dude,
that's
okay.
man.
I remember. So I remember the day that I made more in a week than I was making in a month.
Yeah.
And I remember that distinction. And it was weird because if you had told me up to that point that I could make this amount of money in a week, I would have told you that's bullshit. I would have told no fucking way. No, not possible. How? What? No, not a chance. And then I did it. I did it without, like, basically by accident. Like,
Right.
I did it by just executing.
Yeah, people say by accident, but you were trying. You did it.
Oh, okay, I did it by putting the work
You were
in.
executing.
Yeah,
I was
did.
executing, but I wasn't thinking I would reach that. I didn't think that was even a possibility, but I reached it.
Like you hit it.
Yeah.
And then when you look back, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, basically, holy
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah,
right?
That's the same thing with me. Like,
But
when
now, like 2 years later,
yeah.
I'm disappointed by that same benchmark,
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
which tells everyone in watching how quickly you can progress
Right.
and how quickly your mind can adapt to success and how quickly your standards can raise. It's about your standards.
I'll
It's about
add-
having your standards yourself.
You
or what
acclimate
produce.
you acclimate so quickly to the money too.
So quickly.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like it's such a mind fuck because
Yeah.
once you start making that kind of money, you just feel like what was the rest of my life a fucking lie?
Yeah.
Was my
Which it
life-
was. Which it actually was.
It was like I was like this is what I'm saying is like that was the shit that was like hitting me when I was young, when I was like started to like really make money. It was like, holy shit, I was a slave.
Yeah.
I was a slave.
Totally. Yeah.
Holy shit. I cannot believe, and it was like, and it was just like one little step, and then just and then continuing on, even on those days where you don't want to wake up, you just get up and just do it.
Yeah.
And even if you don't perform the best on those days, you just keep going and going and going, and then when you just look back, like, oh shit, I'm a millionaire.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I didn't even believe that it was possible to the extent when I first launched Body Language Mastery.
Right.
I launched it, and then Charlie was looking at the computer. And he's like, all right. He's like, it's been 5 minutes. He's like, looks like we have 7,000. I was like, 7,000 what? Oh, he was like, $1. I was like, Charlie, you are drunk and stupid. I was like, get out of the way. And I was like, I looked at it. I was like, oh, shit. And we had just, in the first 5 minutes, made $7,000. And I didn't even have the course created. I did all the marketing, everything. And I was just like, holy fucking shit, this is working. So then I stayed up all night and I edited the course and then I emailed it out in a drip style. And then that was more money I made in 5 days than I had ever made in a whole year before.
Yeah.
And then and that's when I took half of that money and bought a Rolex.
Fiscally responsible.
MOD is a YOLO king.
Oh God.
It was just like a fuck you to the world. But Conor McGregor said something too, which ties into what you said and what you said. He says, I keep, when he's coming up, he says, I keep spending the money until I'm broke. So I've got the fire in me to train hard, to go in there, to become the champion.
Justin,
I was like, damn, that's...
Who do you know who said that as well?
Andrew said
Our friend Andrew. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
He
Tate
said
says that
the
too?
exact same thing.
But
Yeah.
look,
Literally, almost verbatim.
clarify though.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back to the formula I said. You make the money, you
Yep.
protect the money, you make it grow.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's very important that if you make the money and you want to make yourself broke buying assets.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do not make yourself broke buying liabilities.
Yeah.
Or else you'll be... Latrell Sprewell made $86 million in his NBA career and he went bankrupt.
86 million?
86
Mhm.
mil.
Mhm.
Okay. So there's a huge difference between being ghetto rich
Yeah.
Yep.
and wealthy.
Yep.
What are your choice assets to blow your money on?
Rolex.
I've bought 2 Rolexes this year.
Yep.
Mhm.
I've put $300,000 into crypto.
Mhm.
I did buy the $300,000 G-Wagon for the write-off
Right.
against my income
Yeah.
because the bonus depreciation is about to end.
Right. Okay.
And I have quite a bit of money in real estate. And
What do you buy? You buy a single family, multifamily, triplex.
We're looking
quadplex?
for right now. We're looking for anything over 20 doors. We just put an offer in. Yeah,
That's
20
awesome.
doors plus. We just put an offer in for $1.2 million on a 12 unit. in Baton
It's a
Rouge.
mini apartment complex.
It's 3 buildings of 4 plexes. Yeah.
That's
Would you-
great.
would
That's great.
Would you ever buy the buildings your company ends up supplying to make?
Whatever what.
Like, would you make warehouses? Since you
I would. So it like one
Rent them out to Amazon
Yeah.
and
So
shit?
if I had guys that wanted to invest in into industrial office warehouse type, I can put a hell of a lot of equity into a warehouse building, just purely off the fact I can send my army out there to build it at cost. So it's definitely something I'm open to, but I'm right partners. I was actually just in Tulum for a week looking at developing there.
Oh, wow.
So it's, again, it goes back to you make the money and then you need to protect it. And a lot of times protecting it in real estate is good because of 1031 exchanges. You can do cost segregation studies with engineers.
You do the depreciation asset write-off.
Yeah. So
That can use that when you use depreciation. You file it on your LLC for your construction company or whatever.
yeah. So the beautiful thing about real estate is let's say that you buy a property that cash flows. Let's say you buy a property for $1 million, and let's just say it cash flows. So you buy it for $1 million. It's an 8 cap. It makes you $80,000 a year. But let's say you can depreciate it $90,000 a year.
Nice. How?
Right through
A
what's
crooked
called
engineer?
what's called a cost segregation study.
Right.
But you have to hire an engineer to do that.
You hire an engineer to do it.
Right.
He comes in and he
Right.
depreciates instead of depreciating the building itself what I think is 29 and a half years or 27 years. He depreciates every individual window, every refrigerator, the roof. He breaks it down into a study, and he pushes the depreciation forward.
Yeah.
So if you depreciate the property more than the cash flow, not only is the cash flow free, but you can take that money for up to 3 years and put it against your W-2 income in your LLC. So if I'm set up as an S corp and I pay myself, let's just give a round number. If I pay myself $100,000, right, and I'm supposed to pay taxes on $100,000,
Right.
if I depreciate my property over here in this LLC, it flows to my K1. That $80,000 in net operating income, right? Depreciation $90,000, so I have $10,000 left over. I can take that $10,000 and put it against my $100,000 salary that I pay myself in an S corp.
And you have to pay You have to pay tax in your salary because it's Louisiana based.
No, you pay tax. What you want to do is pay tax on salary because you don't have to pay Social Security when you set up in an S corp. So an S corp is important in America because you know how you have to match. So you pull 7% out for Medicaid, FICA, SUDA, all that other shit, right? State, all the taxes.
Right.
The reason you set up as an S corp is because you can pay yourself as an employee.
Right.
So you skip that taxation, but you can come over here and depreciate a real estate property as it all flows. All the business LLC, the property LLCs all flow to you as an individual.
Right.
So you take that depreciation and put it against your income as an employee in your business.
Right. Do you have to pay income tax though because your LLC's in Louisiana? Because I think in Florida there's no income tax.
So Louisiana has state income tax. Florida, on the other hand, doesn't.
Right.
And so just last week, I sent my lease and everything to my CPA. So now I'm a resident of Florida, and Louisiana can kick rocks.
Right. Because I've never filed taxes outside.
That's a game, bro.
So you're able to avoid being the employee of that corp. You're able to avoid the matching contributions.
That's correct, and that's why you want to set your business up as an S corp.
And
So
that's
you're
just
not
more
getting
free.
you're not getting that double hit.
And you're doing it because you just have more free cash flowing into you personally that you can do.
Right. So basically, think of it like this: if I employ a man and I pay him, I have to take 7% out for him, and then I, as an employer, have to match.
Right.
And then I'm responsible as the obligor to the government to pay the government. However, if I own the business and I pay myself a salary, I no longer have to match.
Right.
And at $129,000, I've maxed out that 7% and no longer have to pay it at all.
No, you don't pay it at all. Right.
So don't get mad.
I'm not.
Play ball.
Yeah.
Not you. I'm just saying in general.
No,
Learn the game.
I'm gonna play.
Learn the game. And that's what I would tell the young guys.
Yeah.
I just wrote an email on this. What's one of the most important things you can ever do in life is get financially educated.
Literate.
I study it every day.
Yeah. I was about to ask you, how long have you
I wish I would
been?
have started earlier. I'll tell you that.
How long have you been with your accountant?
Man, you know what? I've been with this particular accountant 5 years. of the 10.
Once you find a good one, you fucking hold on.
They're one of those accountants that won't take people unless unless either you do a certain amount of revenue.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But just like going to one of these conferences that you pay for, my ops manager, she asked me recently, she's like, Justin, don't you think you've been in enough of these events? I said, Renee, you don't understand. At some point, it's not so much about what you're learning. At some point, you're paying to be in the room with other minds.
Yes.
And so for me, I pay my accountant about $50K a year. By the time it's all said and done, most people pay them $200.
Yeah.
But when you get to a certain level, like I will pay them that money to save the company the money.
Robert
tax preparer.
Robert Kiyosaki talks about that in a lot of his interviews.
Right.
He says, I would rather pay $6,000. That's my accountant's a couple grand.
Yeah.
He said, I would rather pay $6,000 to my accountant and save hundreds of thousands than pay $200 and go to fucking H&R Block or some shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna do my a TurboTax. I made $1 million in revenue last year. No, just pay a professional to get it done.
And that's the important point of the 3 steps is you make it, you keep it.
Yep.
And
And
then,
then you
you
invest
make
it.
it grow.
Make
Yep.
it grow.
Absolutely.
Right? Make it grow.
Buy Hex.
Let's move
Shout out
through.
Richard Hart.
Let's
Shout out
move through
Richard
some
Hart.
of- move through some of these super chats because
Yeah, let's breeze through 'em.
we've missed a bunch of them.
You should live stream more.
Apparently we should. You're
You're banging it off on this episode.
King Life with the $2 super chat. Thank you very much. AFAM had a great time with you all this week. Thank you very much, King Life.
He brought donuts for us. You eat a donut?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well,
Great
I'm
guy.
not trying to get fat.
Yeah.
That's why I'm drinking wine.
I'm on vacation. I ate a donut. I ate a portion of it.
Fine. Fire Ronan, $10. Thank you very much for the USD super chat. MLD, what is the best way to learn how to make money online?
I said it earlier. It's 2 books. .com Secrets by
Yes.
Russell Brunson. Extremely boring. Like awfully.
It's not boring.
I
like it.
I mean, for a normal,
Dry,
for a
yeah.
normal, normal
I
person.
love that.
It's a boring book, right? And then Expert Secrets, which is a secret to. So first, he teaches you how to set the money machine up, and then the second book, which is Expert Secrets, he teaches you how to flow audience members into the money machine. So it's a 2-part series. If you study both those books for 2 years and you're not making at least $5,000 a year after 2 years, you're doing something terribly wrong. Anybody, your bachelor's degree in making money online is, can you make $10,000 a month
Yeah.
consistently for a year, which is $120,000. Not a lot of money. It's very easy to make these days. And it just takes 2 hard years of studies if you're a fucking dummy with no mentor. You really want to learn into it, come book a consult with me and I'll show you how to do it.
I'd add Launch
Yeah.
Yeah.
to that
Yeah.
list. Launch
Yeah.
is a fantastic book.
Yes.
Who I can't remember the author though.
Jeff
Walker?
Jeff Walker.
Jeff Walker.
I went. You want to talk about who runs a cult?
Walker.
I went to one of the meetups.
Yeah.
I went to one of the meetups, and he was like standing on top of like this little like stone thing in Arizona. He's like, talking to everybody. It's like you could tell he was feeding off it too. I was like, this fucking guy, But it was all like middle-aged white women. It was good.
All right, moving on. Crypto Bin Laden is back again. He says,
Been killing.
since you never read it tonight, he's referring to the Quran, okay? Because I remember that Crypto Bin Laden was wanting me to read the
Crypto
Quran.
been killing. Is
Sorry.
his name.
Default. I'm the worst Muslim ever. All right, fine. Crypto Bin killing. Since you've never read it. Cancelled. All right. This is a passage from the Quran. Okay, cool. Right. Since you never read it tonight, we'll read it. I will happily read this. Okay, cool. In love. In the name of God, the gracious, the merciful, say, He is God the one, God the absolute. He regrets not, nor was He begotten, and there is none comparable to Him. Inshallah.
There you go.
There we go. Eric Guac, all-star cast over here.
That says extra guac. Can you read?
It's
Who-
one
wait.
night. It's one night.
Who spilt their entire drink over me last night? Oh, it was you.
Who's reading at an elementary level? Me too.
These are prescription.
That'll help. All right. That's horrible. Continue to do great things, gents. All inspire us.
Shout out.
Kalel, thoughts on the rate hikes and quantitative tightening by the US Fed. Bad for crypto, stocks, and housing? Question.
It's bad for everybody.
Bad for fucking everybody.
Yeah,
it's bad for everybody.
It's bad for everybody. But it's only going to last for a little bit. How long? They're not going to do it for the rest of the year.
They're not gonna do it for the. They don't got the balls. To
They
do
don't
it.
have the resources to.
Yeah.
Look, in about 1 month, in like 2 weeks, this quarter's over. About a week or two after that, they're gonna have the numbers, and we're gonna find out we're in a recession.
Janet Yellen's
Yeah.
going to announce it. You think?
The minute we're in a recession, if they can finesse it, they're going to do one more rate increase of 25% of a percent. If they can finesse it, if they can't, they cannot increase the rate. So what they're going to do at that point is, what happens a couple months later? In November, we have the midterms. So the House of Representatives in the United States is getting elected, and the senators are all getting elected. They're going to fucking print money.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the way that the Federal Reserve works is whoever's in power, they help. So if the Republicans are doing, they print money for the Republicans.
Yep.
If the Democrats are in power, they print money for the Democrats. That's how they keep it nice and fair. So they're going to be printing Biden bucks. And what happens when you have Biden bucks? Crypto equities go like this.
Everything
Housing is the one thing I'm a little like because the rate it is because every time you get a 25% basis increase, you can purchase about $30,000 to $50,000 less of a house.
Yeah.
As an average American, and so
Yeah.
So that last increase that we just had was a $60,000 to $100,000 lessening of house purchasing power for the average American. So you can buy less of a house, and you're essentially getting fucked more on the interest rates. So if they can basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to get to 2% interest rate. They're going to keep it there for a while. They're going to be printing money. It's a very weird situation they're going to get into there. If they can get to 2%, right now they're nowhere near 2%, but if they can get to 2%, they're going to stay there for a while, print all the money they can, and as soon as things go bad, drop it back to zero. That way, when they drop it back to zero, they have some bullet. Like the Fed just dropped the rate down to zero, and
in order to stimulate
the economy. But right now, what they're doing is that they're hurting the other economies around the world because the United States increases the rate, then everybody else has to either soften and print more money.
Print more money, yeah.
Because if the United
Is that
States
because it's tied to the reserve currency?
correct, yeah. As well as like they have to be cheap. They have to be cheaper than the dollar in order to be competitive in terms of exports. So so they have to print more money. So this is having such a weird effect because everybody borrows in dollars. So when the Fed increases the rates, everyone borrows and has to pay back their loans back in dollars. So there's actually dollars are being absorbed out. That's why the dollar's kind of at an all-time high right now against all the other currencies except the ruble. And shout out Putin. But that's
Buy Hex, bro.
There you go. That's a tapestry, the story that's going to play out between now and I would say the middle of next year.
Huh.
They're going to have to do something.
They can't do this forever.
Yeah, they can't do it forever. But if they don't print money, then you got almost all the Democrats getting voted out of office.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm. They already started up the media campaign now for the midterms.
Yeah. CNN Plus, baby.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How to lose $300 million, and we're not talking about Luna.
Yeah. R.I.P.
All right, we got next up. We have Sunny A. He says, "Salute to all of you G's on the panel. I was wondering how you guys preparing for the West's eventual economic collapse."
By getting the fuck out.
That's how John's getting out. I'm interested in Miguel's hashtag Hot Dude Army. Miguel, I'm interested. It's your cult, yes.
Just having properties all over the world.
Really? That's your plan.
Having properties over the world. I mean, I
diversify the risk.
Diversify the places I can go and stuff. I mean, we already have a ton of land in Mexico already as well. If we wanted to go down there,
Right.
I've been to Mexico since I was 8 years old.
Right.
So I know the place very well. But I'm personally not too worried about it because what's kind of going on is that we're all essentially personally, all of us here are hitting a point where we can, if something really bad's happening, we can move.
Yeah.
We can get out of it. It's painful because if we have family there, that's another issue we can talk about maybe later. But that's pretty. I mean, that's pretty much like kind of the plan right now. But
I'm good.
It's just taking care of the business and just kind of like being able to just have places to chill out.
Wine.
Turn it into wine.
No, that's good advice. I mean,
We need Hex Jesus to
for
do
me,
that.
if the crash comes,
Turn that water into
when
wine.
the crash comes, for me, it's pretty simple. It's definitely get educated, be a Renaissance man, use the Boy Scout model, be prepared.
Yeah.
Have a go bag ready. It never hurts to have bullets, beans, and a little bit of crypto. Hex.
Yay!
Justin.
What's up?
What's up?
Reverse osmosis water.
Oh, we're all answering this question?
No, I mean you can if you want. Yeah, if you have
No.
the question, yeah.
No.
How would you prepare for the coming economic collapse?
Coming collapse of the West. He doesn't think the West will collapse.
Yeah.
It's not true. It's not true.
Yeah.
I think, like we were talking about earlier, the gap between the haves and the have-nots is going to amplify the situation.
Yeah.
So the best thing you can do to get ready for the collapse of the West is be a fucking have. And if you're not a have, then you don't have the ability to get a second passport. There's countries out there that will literally let you buy real estate and appreciate an asset in order to be a part of their country. So
is that a tax write-off too?
Not in America, but if you look at it as an even exchange of value, is if I can pay $200,000 and have ultimately, and I'm not saying I would do this, but if it got really, really out of hand and I had to denounce, I will go where they treat me the best, because countries are out there competing for winners.
There should be too.
And they should be, because one thing you need to understand as a young man, particularly, is that every city, every town, every country is a business.
Yes. I want to add to that when you're done.
And businesses want winners on their team, just like a franchise wants LeBron because he takes off from the foul line and dunks. Every country, a lot of people make the mistake of thinking, particularly in America, that governments are out there to steal from you. But really, if you understand tax code and you understand 1031 exchange and you understand opportunity zones and you understand tax breaks and tax credits, that really governments are out there to partner with their star players that want to hustle, move, and shake. And they will make deals with you for allow you to dodge taxes, allow you to set up trust to give your children a future that other people cannot give them, because you produce for the country, because you put it down as a franchise player for the red, white, and blue.
You're giving the government what
that's
they
right.
want.
And when the red, white, and blue
Generating
quits
revenue.
on me, G, I'm getting the fuck out. So be a winner so you have choice in your life.
I want to add to that. Have you read the book? It's a long book, but it's called The Sovereign Individual.
I've read that.
No, not.
You see, so that's what you said is exactly true. So in The Sovereign Individual, they predicted cryptocurrency coming into fruition in the 90s, right? And so these countries, as you said, people who are ultra wealthy and ultra rich, and or just rich, like us, like not wealthy, they're going to start doing what you just said, searching for the most optimal country to take them. And then these countries are going to start noticing that and competing for each other. Right now, they have a leg up on us because the world is not fully open for travel yet. You know what I mean? Since the pandemic. So there's a lot of
Coincidental.
Well,
Psych.
Right. Like Japan has been locked down. I think the most out of all countries in the world. Like I think Australia is open now, right?
Now,
Yeah. So Japan is still locked down from March 2020. You can't get in unless you have a visa or you're a Japanese resident, right? Or citizen. No, since before the Olympics.
This is before the Olympics?
March 2020.
Right. Oh, right. Yeah.
And so a lot of the Japanese items are becoming more rare in the world because you can't export as much as well. But the book, The Sovereign Individual, talks about that. And it says, the governments are going to become increasingly competitive. I think they're kind of realizing now you can't really tax the fuck out of these people. Because I think, recently there were the Republicans, the government tricked people recently. They're like, we're going to remove Disney's zoning because they're being so leftist with their agenda and lose all their tax benefits. But all they're really doing is that's another side of the government pulling more money out of private companies that, quite frankly, they don't need. I mean, I think, the government shouldn't be overtaxing people. I personally think right now, successful people get overtaxed. I don't even fucking live in America, and I have to pay tens of thousands of dollars.
The American passport is the worst passport you could possibly get.
Let me just give you guys an ugly statement.
Sure.
If you were to take what I paid in taxes last year, you would be a 1%er.
Yep.
Bingo.
And if you think I won't fucking leave over that,
bingo.
I am going to be loyal to a country that's loyal to me.
Bingo. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Go where they treat you best.
Go where they treat you best.
Why wouldn't you go to a country that treats you well?
I mean, guys do that. Guys,
I hate you and me.
So, guys, and here's for guys in this space too. Guys do it for women all the time.
Totally.
I'm going to move to Colombia. I'm going to move to Mexico. But
they want to do it for themselves.
Yeah, but a government taxes the fucking shit out of you. You don't have the balls to get up and I'm going to go to fucking Dubai, Colombia, Japan.
You know what I would say about that? I would say that's a young man that has his priorities wrong.
Yeah.
Because as much as they say money, muscles, game, I think it's muscles, money, game.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can get your shit together and pay attention to the right things, I can guarantee you, my friend, that women will never be a problem in your life.
Yeah.
That government is going to be there.
Yeah.
And a government is nothing more than a subscription-based system to a country that you put your citizenship in.
Yeah.
And involuntary.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, yep.
Yeah.
You didn't choose that country.
Yep.
Unlike the recent ones I chose, you were born into it.
Yeah. Like I think America and just like some fucking like, you know,
It's a protection membership.
Some-
Yeah,
It's a racket.
It's like
Protection
Tinder.
racket.
It's like Tinder Premium, bro. It's just-
It's blood in, blood out.
Yeah.
You want to know one of the biggest mindfucks is the federal government doesn't even need a tax.
No.
They don't. The federal government does not need to tax you at all. They print money.
yeah, exactly.
The-
Exactly. That's the bigger
state-
mind
the
fuck.
state look, the states do need taxation, okay? Because they can't print money. But the federal government does not need to print money. The reason they tax you is because they're printing so much money. They need to get money out of your hands because they're inflating the currency so much.
Yeah.
That's the real reason for taxes. They're spending your money already. They're like, oh shit, we need to take
And I'll
money
tell
from
you-
these guys' pockets.
And I'll tell you what they're spending on. They're spending on putting troops in countries
Right.
and setting up deals with people that are out of the United States, so their sons can go over there and make big bank because they hold a position in politics.
Hope that guy doesn't lose his laptop.
Yeah.
Miguel, I got a question for you. I know we're reading super chats, but
Sure.
I've known for a while there's a bill that's sitting in committee.
Okay.
Haven't been talked about in a few years. And that's to take all the 401ks and the Roths and roll them into Social Security. You know
Right.
anything about that? I mean, that's been talked about a few
I've-
times. That's an
401ks for
actual
Yeah.
bill
I-
to seize those assets and then put them all under one heading.
So yeah, I mean, we all know this. I mean, in anywhere from like 5 to 10 years, Social Security's bankrupt.
Yep.
They're bankrupt. So that Ponzi's ending. But here's the problem: is they can like they know like psychologically, 401ks and Roths and all this sort of stuff, right? They can take that without the American dream being in danger. People will be really mad, and it's going to be not popular. But the Social Security was an American dream promise. You hit 60.
Yeah.
We're not gonna see that.
Technically,
No.
no. I knew that. I told my dad that since we were
$1 a
kids.
month.
Yeah. But
They're gonna send you some hex.
They're gonna pay Social Security.
You know what it's going to sound like too? You know what that message is going to sound like?
God,
When we went off the gold standard, the message is going to be a lot like that. It's going to be like it's going to be like a massaged.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you know what you've been contributing to.
It's going to be good for you.
Yeah,
It's all
gonna
the
be
same thing.
good.
It's all the
We're
same-
gonna
both
go to-
sides will
We're going to do
support it.
socialism instead. No,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
What is it? It's only about what? 28% actually contribute to their 401ks and
Yeah,
Roths
it's-
in America. So
Yeah.
I think
Young
that's
people
coming,
don't.
and that's
Young
gonna be
people
a real
don't.
hurt to
Yeah.
people that have worked their whole lives and saved
Right.
those
Yeah.
things.
But I'll tell you, young kids nowadays, they don't give a fuck about 401k. They want to get rich now,
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
which is a strength and a weakness.
Yeah.
But I have no faith in 401k.
It's because the average person can't save for shit anyway. So it's like,
Yeah.
if a person was proactive about it, it's like, all right, he's doing a good thing. He's trying to save for his future. So that's a person that's trying to do something, but it's a terrible investment. You're making 7% of your money. You'd rather
On a 15% hurdle rate.
yeah, and then you're getting inflated, and 15% is what we're kind of averaging. It could be higher if fucking Rolexes.
Yeah,
Or
that's
any-
what
any-
where we're at
any-
right now. It's
any-
not good.
Anything you actually want is going up like 20%.
These things are so overpriced right now.
Oh, no, for real.
Complete.
I paid retail for this thing. The
Yeah.
minute I walked out the store, I was $15,000 in profit.
Oh wow. Really?
15,000. I bought this for $14,400
Oh, you bought it directly from the
directly
dealer?
from Rolex from the AD.
Wow.
20. It was like 25. No, it was like the prices went down now recently. But it's 25,000. But during the time, it was like $32,000 for a bluesy. Now it's down to like 25,000. Like but if people, there's that much demand, there's that much money printing going on right now.
Did we ask this question? Is there another
Yeah,
question?
No, we need
The next question is a long one.
This one here? We do answer
Yeah,
it?
I wouldn't
Alright.
read it.
In 30,
In 30s.
in 30s. Oh, so he's in his 30s,
You want me to read
earning.
it? It's the one.
He's in his 30s, earning problem and credit card debt.
Yeah.
Thoughts on going back to the U.S. military for stability and skills, combat job versus a technical trade, single with no kids.
So I'll say this.
Technical trade instantly.
So I'll just say this. Going to the military is not going to fix the fact that you have an earning problem
You're running
and credit
from it,
card debt. Yeah.
You're running.
So you need to come to Jesus and realize the problem is you. And you're looking for an external thing to solve your problem, but the problem is inside you. So you got to look inside you and figure out, why the fuck do I have earning problem?
Yeah.
Why am I so much in credit card debt?
Yeah.
Like, that those are just like problems you should solve in your 20s, but in your 30s, which lets me know that this has been an ongoing thing in your life. So that is the real answer. Some outside source is not going to fix this internal problem, because even if you get paid in the military, you're still shit with money. Clearly, if you're mentioning this in your 30s, so you got to get, like what Justin said, you got to get financially literate.
This is from Eric Voodoo, by the way. I forgot to mention the username.
I wanna say something about that.
That's just erotic food.
Whatever. Close enough. Close enough.
Most of the time,
Shirley's guest reader
Fuck
will be
you.
able to be John Go.
Yesterday
It's
was
my
Eric,
channel.
today
His
is
name's
fucking-
it's my channel. His name's Eric Voodoo now. Fuck him.
Who's Eric?
Sorry, Justin. Continue.
Eric Guac, not erotic food.
so one thing I would say to the younger guys, and this guy's not a younger guy, but I think he's a really good example of watching somebody ahead of you and not getting your leg blown off by something that you could have learned from by listening.
Yeah.
This guy clearly, and this happens in most cases, is that most of the time the financially uneducated are the ones that get taken advantage of.
Yeah.
The word credit card debt stands out to me because more than likely he's paying between 18 and 25% on those credit cards. That's bad money.
Yeah.
That's bad
Yeah.
debt. Okay.
Yep.
So there's clearly no regulations in America. That's why you see payday loans. That's why people give credit cards. Bro, if you can buy a house or get credit for no money down and no skin in the game, you're going to have a very, very high interest rate. If you go to a used car lot on the side of the fucking road somewhere and you want to get this nicer vehicle and the salesman's like, no, I can get you approved, but you have no fucking credit. Gee, look at the interest rate. You're going to get fucking murdered. Okay. There's no free lunch in this world. As much as I'd like to tell you that there's going to be sunshine and rainbows and that sales guy gives a fuck, he does not give a fuck about you. Nobody selling that kind of credit gives a shit about you because they're in the same position as you, and they will slit your throat and give you an 18 to 25% interest rate and watch you go bankrupt for it so they can get their next hit of fucking weed this weekend. Okay?
Sure.
Let me tell you how the real fucking world works, bro. You have no credit and you get credit, you're probably getting fucked. Okay? So you need to take your ass back to work, up your skill set somehow, find a way to add value and make sure that you're in equity on anything that you're buying. So you don't turn around and look and realize that you can't pay a stack of debt that has snowballed on you faster than you can pay it off. If you think you're getting a good deal and you have no credit and you have no business owning it, you probably don't, which means you're probably getting fucked.
I will jump in quickly here. If anyone else wants to answer this, he's asking specifically, like, do I go back to the military?
No,
Or do
okay,
I
yeah,
learn
okay. So
these
let me
skills?
handle. Yeah, I want to handle that too.
Yeah.
So
Because he came
no,
out.
because
Yeah.
it's a fucking cop out.
Yeah.
If anything, pull a Trump. Go start a business.
Yeah.
Get a business line of credit. Shove that 30-something% into prime plus 2 somewhere and bankrupt that bitch. Because let me tell you something about this world. It's not fucking fair. You can bankrupt the LLC and walk away from that motherfucker. And guys like me that pay taxes will end up paying for your ass.
Yeah, sure.
That's right.
Sure.
But
Anyone else?
going back to the military is not going to fix your problem. Like the problem is, it's just going to follow you.
Is it cab?
The problem is you.
All back on.
Bring it, bro.
Bring it.
Fucking Aussie. Yeah, I'll take it.
Keep talking.
Welcome to Wine Night in May, you guys.
You're in fucking wine night. Deal with it.
All right, let's see. I'll read Mr. Got Plenty. Sterling, the girls that you said are trash in bed, have any of them reached out to you? How did that conversation go? You are doing God's work. That's from Mr. Got Plenty.
Well, thank you, Mr.
They're in
Got
love
Plenty.
with him.
Thank you, Mr. Got Plenty. I am doing God's work.
Yeah.
There are several Christians in this room right now
Praise the Lord.
who would probably agree that I am doing God's work. Yes? Exactly fucking right. Absolutely zero of the women that I did it wasn't a hit piece. It was a objective analysis of who's trash in bed, who's not trash in bed. Precisely 0 of them have ever heard of my video or reached out to me.
Yet.
A desecration.
Yes.
Of
They all, I guarantee they all basically, they probably all hate me, but here's the reason why. So the adult industry is based on Twitter. This is a YouTube video. Most of them don't have the time or the patience to watch YouTube videos. That's a general,
Let alone
very
live streams.
accurate observation.
Live streams on crappy YouTube channels don't get watched.
Yeah.
ladies.
The adult industry, porn industry, is entirely based on Twitter because Twitter is bite-sized and very emotional and very low commitment.
Sounds like crypto.
Sounds like crypto.
I got the
So you won't really find. There's a few porn stars on Twitter. Sorry, on YouTube, rather. But you won't really get the same level of commitment to YouTube as you will get to Twitter. So they don't really pay attention to me on YouTube. So I'm kind of safe here to a degree. All right, Ray. A really great girl wants monogamy, which is cool. But sometimes I wonder if it's sustainable long term. Is it? Or
Can be. I mean, it's possible.
it's you literally done it for like 20 plus years, right?
Oh yeah, more than 20 years.
It's like,
Yeah.
but the thing is, it's not actually monogamy. That you're going.
Well, I mean, we're all serial monogamous if you put it in those terms, but no. I think ultimately every man is always interested in a variety of sex. But yeah,
Yes.
you could choose to be monogamous. I mean, Rolla does it all. He's done it 25 years.
Yeah, Rollo's been happily married monogamously for 25 years.
I've been happily married 29 years.
And look, for everyone who wants to shit on Rollo, I have personally met Rollo and his wife in Tahoe.
Day game master.
Yeah.
I've hung out with them. I will say this: like, for anyone who wants to shit on Rollo, his wife is his biggest fan.
Mhm.
Yeah,
She is genuinely in love with him.
good.
You sit like kind of like this. We sit around a room,
Right.
a bunch of guys talking. And then Rollo's wife is the one woman in the room. She ain't looking at the room. She's sitting there looking at Rollo, like hanging on every word that comes out of his mouth because she's literally his biggest fan.
Yep.
I don't care who thinks they're his biggest fan. She is the biggest fan.
Well, it's interesting. You met his wife. You've met my wife.
I bet your wife too. Same thing.
Is there similarities? I mean, in the way they behave, the way they act. I think
Your
it's
wife,
possible.
I would say your wife is a lot. Yeah, they have different personalities.
Well, yeah.
But she loves you to death.
Yeah.
She always loves you to death. It's like you literally saved her from death.
Can,
You literally saved her from death. For God's sake, like that's the goddamn hero.
Can you talk about what you talked about the other day on Fashion Fit? You were saying like we were going around the whole table on Fashion Fit saying like what you were saying was everybody has a preference.
Yeah.
You have to find out what your preference is. Some people they want a bunch of women. Other people they want the main chick but still want some strange.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's basically 3 things. Like, I don't think most guys want to bang multiple women with no meaningful main chick for the rest of their life.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't think
I think
most
so.
men.
Yeah.
I don't think most men want that. I
Yeah.
completely agree.
When you have the good main chick,
Yeah.
like it's a healthy ecosystem. Like the main chick makes you appreciate the side hose, and the side hose makes you
Yeah.
appreciate the main
Exactly.
chick. And everybody's
It's harmonious
and everybody's
relationship.
happy.
You know, there's a-
Everybody's happy.
There's actually a lot
You
of
know,
that.
everybody's happy.
As
You
a
know?
man, you need to recognize you are capable of loving more than one woman. There is no one.
Yep.
Our natural state is non-monogamy. I feel like I need to state that to give you the idea. Now you can choose monogamy, or you can choose to be completely honest up front and choose a different path.
Yeah.
You can choose serial monogamy. You can choose to have a relationship with multiple wives, such as in Islam or Mormonism, and I've seen those extremely successful. You can have more than one woman, and you can love them both equally. In the West, that's very frowned upon, but you need to recognize that our human state of marriage has many forms, and it's pretty successful. You know, in India, they have marriages that are formed and picked by their parents, and they're more successful
Yes.
than the marriages we choose ourselves.
Yeah,
Go figure.
arranged marriages are statistically better
Yeah,
off
better.
than Western marriages.
Yeah, they got those in Japan, baby.
Yeah, and they last longer.
What does that tell you, though? What does that tell you? That tells you that a man, an older man, aka her husband, her or her father, is
It's a money
better
thing.
at picking
Yes.
a partner than a young 18-year-old woman.
Yes.
That's what it actually tells you.
Yeah. Yep.
Fundamentally.
She's stealing my money.
And I will add this one thing to what he talked about.
throw her
with,
out.
Yeah,
being in
cut that shit out.
Man, y'all watch out for
You're in our house. Stop stealing shit.
Hey, yo, watch my MXs, man. I got
We just explained it.
I got this pretty lady.
We literally just explained
I
it.
got this pretty lady stealing my damn money in here, messing my house.
There's another component to it.
To arrange marriages.
Yes, why it works.
Are you in an arranged marriage?
I'm a tantra, so I studied.
No, but are you in an arranged
I'm
marriage?
not in one, but I
So-
know why they.
Oh, she's saying it's a money game.
It is because a lot of those families.
Oh, it's about dowries.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what marriage was about when it was coming. It was never for
Originally,
love.
it started like
It was
that.
political.
Yeah,
it was political. and
it was for money, safety, and power. But
Yeah.
now Hollywood came in like, oh, a successful relationship is based upon love. Like, oh yeah, a fleeting fucking emotion.
Yeah, but you know what?
No,
you
it's
know, I'll
not.
tell you where they came from. Because it used to be back in the day when there's kings and sultans and shit.
Yeah.
It was actually like real life. They had all the women.
That is
Yeah.
true.
True.
But at some
Totally true.
point-
Totally
But
true.
at some point they realized, yo, this shit doesn't work.
Yep.
Because all the workers are like, fuck this. Because every man gets out of bed, invents, builds, and maintains this world in pursuit of pussy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
It's
so
all about the boom, baby.
it really is.
It really
And
is.
because that goes back to primal law. It's not to be vulgar.
Nope.
It's an absolute fact of human nature.
Yeah.
If you were to tell me or any man in this room right now, and there's plenty, there's more than just us here,
Yes.
right? If you were to tell them that all their hard work could not go towards the ability to acquire assets in the pursuit of a female, they would not get out of bed in the morning. And that doesn't make them wrong. It makes them
Go back to
human.
bed.
And that's why, like when me and Sterling do these,
That's why I don't sleep in.
we do these war room events, man.
Yeah.
We do these war room events, like we just did one in Colombia, and dude's literally like, bro, you changed my life.
Yep.
I can accept myself
Yes.
for who I actually am. And then guess what really happens, man? You get to step into that masculinity, and the woman truly lives a happier life. Love is a real thing.
Yep.
The red pill has that fucked up sometimes.
I can
You take
actually
away-
vouch for that.
yeah,
It
you take
actually
away the-
exists
yeah.
in
They have it
my
fucked
life.
up.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what it really looks like, man. A man is in the masculine frame. A woman looks up to him. A man gets to be a hero,
Yes.
not only in his journey, but he gets to save her from a castle and a dragon. And I can tell you as a man that experienced plenty of hoes, but an abundance of love. There's not a better feeling
Mm-hmm.
than being the hero to a woman,
Mhm.
to be able to have a family, be it whether it be with a crazy Australian and a couple Romanian kickboxers and a motherfucker that probably could snipe you from here, right?
It's right there.
The friendship circle. I'm
Red
telling
dot.
you, man, like I have family in my life that people don't know about. They just see the player side.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell
They see
you
the highlight
something,
reel.
man. Yeah, they see the highlight reel. But the truth is, I'm still just a poor white trash motherfucker from Louisiana. They got lucky and went and found people in this tribe,
Yes, sir.
live life on his terms,
Yep.
live red pill, not just in business, man, but in
All aspects.
in life in
Yep.
general,
It's very fulfilling.
right?
Very fulfilling.
Right? And for that reason, you know, I'm happier than any person that could ever hate me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I can live in a lot of peace with that in mind.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
and any person can have that.
Can't.
Oh, let's keep going.
So buy Hex.
Bye. All right, we got four.
Shout out Richard Hart.
Shout out Richard
All
Hart.
right, we got four.
Maybe I've had enough.
We got four more. We got
That
four
was
more
great.
questions.
That was great.
That
That was
was
great.
beautiful.
That was beautiful, man. That was amazing.
We'll get through these last four. And then
No,
we'll call it a day.
everybody was too insecure to follow up, so I just made a joke.
And I'll be honest, I was starting to feel bad for Aaron Clary.
Oh.
Bro, you were
Oh, you were wrecking him,
hard,
bro.
bro.
Aaron Clary
Why?
is a peasant, though.
What do you hate him?
I don't. I just.
You know what?
I don't hate
Okay,
Aaron.
I'm gonna.
You don't
Me
hate
and
him.
Justin, we're gonna go hang out with Aaron
He's
Curry in
cranky,
Dakota.
but he's
And
not-
somewhere.
You'll
We're
see.
gonna hang out with
Aaron
Aaron
Clary's
Curry.
gonna throw
I
a
just-
bashing
flex it
batting
around.
in your face.
No, listen. I just don't like how he's telling guys like, you know, live this minimalist lifestyle. Money doesn't matter. Make $20,000 a year. I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way.
I actually do agree. Okay,
That's working away for some.
okay. In principle, I actually,
So, you
I
know,
actually
just
do
like
agree with you, John.
In
It's
principle,
like
I agree.
Aaron
agree.
Clary versus like Andrew.
Yeah. No, Andrew doesn't know who Aaron Clary is.
No, but that's what I'm
The
saying.
lifestyles are
We're-
totally
we're-
opposite.
Where's the balance? Is what I'm saying.
Not with Aaron Clary.
Is it a fear of
It's
performance?
definitely, it's definitely, bro. It's definitely with Andrew.
Yeah. Okay, like we know that
Yeah.
that end of the spectrum is a lot of fun. There's no regret.
I just get fat every time I do it.
That's because Tristan. But anyway,
Yeah. I get
Trust
fat.
me, I know,
but I know that Aaron has a beautiful life.
Yeah.
And he is genuinely happy.
Right.
How
And
can
he
you be ha-
enjoys.
How can you be happy in South Dakota?
Okay, look.
What happiness
If you
is
actually happiness is internal.
I got you.
It's an
Happiness-
entirely
I'm gonna tell you
subjective
was
thing.
making
I'm gonna
a
tell you
joke.
I know you're,
I
I know you're
I'll
making
tell
it
you
joke.
why.
But somebody watching this, John, is going to misinterpret you and be like, "Oh, fuck! I can't. I'm really happy."
My career is built
I'm-
on misinterpretation.
I'm really happy hiking in the forest. Ah, shit! John said I shouldn't be.
Sterling, like happiness is expectation versus reality.
Exactly. Yes.
Expectation versus reality. So what John is actually questioning is how could
What is that?
what's the guy's name?
Aaron.
You talk to him.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly. Who's that fucking loser? What's his name?
Because I don't think Aaron like that.
No,
But
no,
it's like,
I don't either.
how
Happen
could-
again.
How could Aaron's expectation be that? I think that's actually what John's struggle is.
No, no.
Because like he has expectations for himself. So if Aaron, all he wants to do is fish and live poor in South Dakota or some dumb shit, like
Yeah.
John
Here's the thing.
can't.
It's because
Here's the thing.
John, but John's not alone.
No, no.
Tell Andrew Tate go live like Aaron Clary.
No,
He'd be
no,
like,
no,
here's the
fuck you.
reality.
No, listen.
No.
It's just.
What I'm saying,
Okay.
what I'm saying
Go ahead, go ahead.
is that most men cannot live like us
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Andrew or you know.
So you think that makes Aaron more relatable?
No. Yeah.
I do.
Unfortunately, I think it makes it relatable to quitters, though.
Yes.
I would
Yes.
not, and I would
Well,
not.
I would agree
I
with you
would
with
not-
that in some respects.
I'm not.
Yeah.
it's the burden of
Justin,
performance.
I don't
I'm not
disrespect Aaron.
I'm not.
I know Aaron.
No,
I
I'm
know
not
Aaron.
disagreeing
I'm
with
cool
you.
with Aaron.
I do
Things
not
you don't
disagree.
know
Listen,
about Aaron.
listen.
But I don't. What I want guys
Yeah,
to
but
see.
even if Aaron is an outlier, in general,
He
I'm
is.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally,
Even if
totally.
he's an outlier.
He is an
Hyper
outlier.
smart.
Even if he's an outlier,
He is an
the
outlier.
normal guy that goes that path is probably not Aaron Clary.
No, it's not.
No.
But
What you
okay,
get-
Let me clarify the Aaron Clary thing. Listen, let me clarify it. Let me just clarify.
Why you hating
Okay.
so
It's
much?
not-
Why I'm not even getting lit?
Listen. It's
Shout out Richard Hart.
Justin, you've met Aaron before.
Yeah, he's cool as fuck. I
No,
love
no,
him.
no.
Aaron's
Aaron.
amazing. I love her.
I love Aaron. No.
Yeah, me too.
The Aaron thing is this. It's simply this. I used to watch him always on the Masculine Geek, and he always bullied TJ. TJ
Well,
never
yeah,
fights
that's
back.
true.
I was like, oh, okay, this guy
He
was
talks
bullying
shit about
TJ.
And you're a teacher.
I was like, I am gonna bully you now, buddy,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
there's plenty material.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the only way. And he
Yeah.
makes fun of me.
Yeah.
I make fun of him.
It's a mutual thing.
He always
yeah,
says to kick
it's
you in the
nothing.
balls.
There's
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
There's love there. There's love there.
Yeah.
It's love. No.
But I will explain one thing about Aaron. Have you and you've met people like this?
Yeah,
Have
keeps
you
gay.
ever met that extremely wealthy guy that
You
drives
watch
a
this, right?
freaking Volkswagen Golf
Yeah, bro.
and dresses in hand over clothes you'd
I
think
get
he's
it.
almost homeless.
He looks like a 45-year-old
I can
orphan.
tell you,
I got guys
he's
like
perfectly
that.
happy being like that.
But he's
I'm telling
happy.
you,
Aaron Clary dresses and
But he is
listen,
happy.
Alex,
I mean, he is.
that's what he wants.
He's
to do.
happy.
He camouflages himself.
No, that's the point I
Like
want to
that.
make. Is that like, look,
He dresses like a 45-year-old orphan.
But wait, guys,
You're-
listen.
45, he dressed like a 65-year-old.
your
I
happiness.
know.
Your happiness. Okay, look, respectfully, your happiness is entirely dependent upon you.
Yeah.
When
It's
you're-
entirely-
it's your expectation.
Yeah, it's your it's
That's
a
it.
subjective thing, right?
Yes.
So for Aaron,
Right.
he is extreme, and I know this man is happy. We
No,
talk.
he is.
bro.
He is
Bro.
so happy, but he's very, very happy
Yes.
wearing cargo shorts and
Yeah,
hiking
yes.
every day.
Completely.
I
that's
and,
true.
and this goes back. My previous point
Very
was the average man would love that he doesn't have to work, but he has an extra, but he's got books, etc., etc. Right?
Yeah.
The average man would fucking love his life. I have a cool car. He has a cool car.
Yeah.
I can go hiking. Have a dog that loves me. I have a woman that loves me. I can do what I like.
Passive income.
He passive income.
Bro.
He is He is actually above average,
Yeah.
despite the fact that we take the piss out of him.
Yeah. Yes.
But
He is
but
actually
guys,
above average.
But
Y'all are missing my point.
No, I think
Like my point is
yeah.
that a guy like me, a guy like you, a guy like John, a guy like Andrew, a guy like
Miguel,
Miguel.
yes.
The hex cult guy.
The Mexican, yeah.
They're not-
Shout out Richard.
although that lifestyle is cool,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he cannot himself understand why a man would stop right there. That's all.
Okay, cool.
And that's not me saying it's wrong.
No, I know.
Yeah.
No, it is wrong. Fuck Aaron.
No, it's really not. It's really not. I'm not saying, but there's going to be really clear. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying like a guy like him, a guy I can't.
No, I don't think it's wrong, and I'll tell you why.
I don't either.
Because there are, you know
I give
how
him free will points.
no, John, you know as well as I do, you cannot save everybody.
No, that's true.
Right.
So
Very true.
there are like, let's say at best you could save 20% of men.
Mm.
At best, realistically.
80-20. Yeah.
Realistically, the best we can possibly ever hope for in this journey of trying to help men understand the nature of reality, make money, get their fucking path right, max 20%. Max.
Yeah.
Right? What do we do with the rest?
I
would personally say that Aaron has a fucking fantastic prescription.
Right.
Yeah.
I personally would say,
For me, it's just too much risk in that plan. That's the only thing.
but you're not that.
I
But
don't think
you're-
that's true.
You're not
I
seeing the
know.
whole picture.
I don't think that's true, actually.
It's
I don't,
that's
I
the
don't
whole
think
picture.
risk bothers you. I think what bothers you is putting a ceiling on what you can achieve.
Yeah, that too.
That's more risky than anything,
Yeah.
bro.
I just can't.
I
be
Then,
don't-
then I
poor.
would die inside.
Because you're,
Yeah, I can't be poor again. That's
because we would all die. Like, no, I'm not saying that I want to be that. I'm saying I agree. We would all of us have this thing in us where we would completely die inside.
Yeah,
If that was our life,
I would lose
we'd be
my
fucking
fire
miserable.
myself. I would
No,
get
no,
out
we,
of
we,
bed,
we,
bro.
Here's the
I think we would.
It's hard to get out of bed now.
Yeah.
Aaron is not
Woo!
poor.
No, he's-
Lives poor.
He's not poor. He's not poor, but he's poor compared to me. That's what I tell him. Listen, and another thing is, okay, so look, I'm an anomaly too, because Clary always tells
Why are we
me
shitting on Aaron Clark? Like
because
an
he's
hour?
a fucking toilet. That's
I
why.
should have Aaron like an hour.
Here,
The man's
answer
a saint.
I
man is a
Why
saint.
are we shitting
Yeah,
on
no, he's gold, bro. I love him, bro.
I
love
love
him.
Actually,
I love
I
him
love him.
too.
He's up.
It's
I
cool
watch
as
his
fuck.
channel.
I like his like his
say
I
something.
love him. I love him.
Yeah.
It's good.
No, the only thing is this.
Wait, why don't we have a whole studio audience? Sterling, we got a whole look.
We got a full studio.
Because I invited them all.
Yeah.
Look,
You did
I think you're right. I think.
Thank you
you're
for your patience.
But
Everyone
it's,
in our studio.
what Aaron's teaching, like 20% of guys can actually possibly
Pull it
use
off,
it,
yeah.
pull it off. But
Oh, no.
80%, but the
Don't
rest
stop
of the
me.
guys, it leads them into fucking despair because
And
they're going to be fucking lazy
Yes.
because they're afraid of it's that burden performance Rollo talks about and shit
Yeah,
where,
yeah.
where like you're not fucking trying to actually like compete and be the best you can.
Mm.
Most guys are going to use it as a fucking excuse.
And the only reason I get on his
It's
balls.
not Aaron's fault.
Yeah,
no, I'm not saying it's Aaron's fault. Yeah,
The
right,
only
right,
reason
right.
I get on him is for this because he always tells people like, never get a psychology degree because it's useless. And I have a psychology degree.
Now we understand.
Yeah.
Now we
Is this the root
understand.
issue?
Yeah, and I make
That's
more
the
than
real
him.
issue.
You know? So it's funny. That's what it is. It's funny, you know. But I agree with him. Don't get a psych degree. It's fucking useless. You can't get a job with it.
All right.
You know what I love about Aaron?
But
The last thing he charges hundreds of dollars to be an asshole to people.
Yeah.
That is pretty
That's
cool.
asshole
good.
consulting.
Asshole
It
consulting.
is cool. I listened to it. He's an asshole. And people pay
All right.
to be an asshole.
Let's get through these last few questions. Okay, D with US dollar, $20. Hey guys, I'm 33 years old, currently working 2 jobs, making a little over $300,000 a year. Okay.
Work.
I'm in cybersecurity
Yes.
and I'm still looking for ways to make more money. Any advice on how to make more money, although my time is very limited?
Fuck.
I mean, I would just say straight up crypto.
I would
crypto,
say
I
that even
could-
safer is just real estate because it'll hold. Because you got to do what Justin says, like get broke on buying assets.
That's good advice.
Get broke on buying assets.
So
Make
take that income and put it into real estate.
assets. Even if you buy a bunch of fucking Rolexes, right, and you just hold on to them
Spread it amongst
and watch
asset
the
classes.
value appreciate. Don't
Like-
go out and get drunk in them.
Like that's the important part. Is the ability to like
That's the long
hold.
serve. That's the long.
Yes.
And protect it.
Look at that shit, man.
Yo,
Oh, wait,
oh, yeah,
wait,
it's
wait,
We know the
wait,
Rolling,
wait,
baby.
wait,
We know the
amazing,
Rolling.
it's
That's
amazing, right?
crazy.
God damn.
Bro, that's like it's brand new again.
What is
that?
gold on your Rolex?
What
look
is
like?
that? Where'd you get that?
Oh, yeah, that's my favorite. My Rolex.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a
I gotta
minute.
get us in here.
Okay. Wait.
Yeah, it works, right? Isn't that wild?
Whoa.
It's shiny. Okay.
I put you guys on
Look
something.
Damn.
The worst. This is
There's
the
a
worst
reason my
podcast
shoes are so
ever.
shiny.
Bro, that's
It's the best
That's all
podcast
I
ever.
want for Christmas, bro.
Some Rolex rags.
This is a
Yeah.
present. This is my
Bro,
present.
hey, go get my other Rolex. It's in my bag in the closet.
My other
With
two,
all the
my other
guns.
two Rolexes are on my bedstead.
Yeah.
other two?
Yeah, fuck you,
I
jump
have to buy another Rolex. motherfucker.
Yeah, you will, motherfucker. I ain't fucking done.
I'll send you, buddy.
All right, the numbers of
It's nice, right?
the
You
views
can
have
see the
dropped down.
shine, right?
Yeah, he's going after Aaron.
Look at that shit. It's back. The shine's back.
Okay. It's 11:30 p.m. on a Sunday.
We're doing pretty good.
Other people,
It's time to order
the
pizza.
600 plus people who are actually watching this,
It's only
clearly
600 now.
clearly don't have a job tomorrow.
No.
They're having a blast like the rest of us. Yeah.
They're having a good time.
Which is why you
Good
should hit
for
me up
them.
on Instagram and get on Hustlers University, you lazy motherfucker.
Yeah, JR7.
Yeah, JWater7.
Crypto mindset in July, baby.
Yeah, so you can make some money to buy some more boy shit.
Wait, is no one here going to actually answer this question? Any advice on how to make more money, although my time is very limited? He makes $300K a year,
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
right? 33 years old, $300K a year in cyber security. That's actually super fucking lucrative.
That's fucking a lot.
I'm
Of money.
going to, like, really quickly go to the United Arab Emirates. I personally know that you will make a shit ton of fucking money in that specific industry. If you're an American, go to Dubai or Abu Dhabi. You'll probably make twice that money per month. Go fucking nuts. That's all I'm saying right there.
It's good advice.
It's a very, very specific advice to my very specific knowledge base.
Wow.
Go
That's
to
good.
the UAE, my friend.
Let's go to the next
Oh,
one.
bro, we got a live chat from Earl.
Yeah, shout him out, bro.
Which one? Where?
Oh, hold on. I gotta.
Jeez.
Where's Elle at?
Where's the
Oh, the rag ass shit.
Yeah, what Earl asked?
Oh, that
What Earl
Jubilee.
asked?
I like that
Crazy
Jubilee.
about
I
them.
like that Jubilee.
Yeah.
Put it.
That's nice. The Jubilee band.
Tom,
Damn, let's go.
can you bring it on the screen?
Yo.
Is
Can you bring it on the live stream?
Right, yes, bro.
You'll be right. You'll be
I'm gonna come, dude.
So you can bring it on.
Oh,
it's right.
Like on the fucking
Yeah, I'm with you, bro.
on the actual live stream. Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Bring him up.
Where's Earl?
Elle's our guy.
Yeah, that's our guy.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
It's Elle's our guy.
Bro, put,
People love
put
Nigerians.
another watch on.
Thomas, where's my watches?
Paulo, get it.
Are we out of
Pablo,
wine?
get a watch,
I have two watches on the fucking desk. But Sam,
There's wine all over the place.
what? No,
Sorry, let me
look,
get some more
bro.
wine.
Sam,
Why
I
not?
have two watches that I'm not wearing.
Time to end the show.
Can you get me my watches?
He's got an empty wrist.
I have an empty wrist
Yeah, you looking?
and an empty neck.
Yeah, man.
He's joining, bro.
The richest.
Justin, we're joining.
What's up?
Earl's gonna join.
Oh, he's coming on.
Wait. Oh, like he's streaming in.
Oh yeah. Let's go,
Oh,
Earl.
boy, yeah. Let's go. Earl's on it. Let's do it.
Bro, let me just talk about Earl for a second,
All right,
man.
Justin's gonna introduce Earl.
Look, we've been like Earl's. No,
Earl's
seriously,
the
seriously,
man.
seriously. Earl's been on the team with my brand for about 6 months.
I vetted him. I vetted
Yeah, you've
Earl
had him.
at the very, very beginning.
Yeah.
I vetted him.
Yep, he vetted Sterling vetted him for me when we were in Dubai.
Yeah, in January.
Yeah, and ever since Earl has been a very, very, very important part of helping us with emails, YouTube stuff, man, everything. And it just honestly, bro, when he first told me the amount of money he wanted a month, I was like, you little motherfucker, bro. You live in he lives in Nigeria, right?
Nairobi.
Yeah,
No,
Nairobi,
he
right?
lives in Kenya, bro.
Yeah, Kenya.
That's 3 different countries.
All right, fuck y'all. I'm
You're
American.
so-
I hit the
you're
continent.
different.
I hit the continent, but the point.
Oh, Nigeria. Oh, Nairobi. Kenya.
So, but the point I'm trying to make is we've had him for a short.
Someone fucking stole my Rolexes. I'm gonna punch them.
That's
That's
happened
not
to me
true.
before.
But the point is about Earl
That's what I'm saying.
is that like we promoted him multiple times, and just today we promoted him again and gave him more and more money.
Who, Aaron Clary?
No,
Oh.
no, I'm not living in the woods. So I'm not getting on this train either. So
it's my cross to bear.
So man, like Earl's a big part of our team, man. And
760.
I enjoy paying him more money. You know, just like you make more money all the time. So it makes me happy. For sure. You
Celebrate success of others.
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
It's fun. I just had to pay him 8 G's. I'm so happy about that. You know? Just like bam. Bought him some Bitcoin. Big boss.
That's good.
Yeah, he's only 17.
17.
Damn.
Not 17.
Pretty much.
No, you could be 19.
21. He can drink now, little Joe Burrow looking ass.
He does look like Joe Burrow, doesn't he?
Female underwear. Rolex is under the fucking female underwear.
You
Let's go,
found
Weezy.
You found him?
We eventually found all my watches. We're good.
Let's do it.
Yours is looking like
Put
mine
this on,
now.
bro.
We're good.
Put this on, John.
Let's see it.
The Wimbledon, dude.
What's the question we're answering right now? Where is?
Hold on, I got pictures back on. Okay.
Where's Earl?
All right, well, you gotta have to take a
You
picture.
just
of mine.
told
I'm gonna
us
take a picture of yours.
That our African
Ooh,
friend
if I get my hand in there.
is tuning in, and apparently he's not. Apparently. All right.
You got it.
All right.
I'll figure out a way.
Agento BO with a $20 super chat. Thank you very much.
Close.
He says, I'm 20 years old. I go to Old Town Scottsdale to practice
I've
on
been there.
tens.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
That-
I've been
Scottsdale
in
is fucking
Fuck,
full.
it's
of-
fucking stacked, bro.
fucking stacked. Anyway, took my friend who's not ugly to practice, and he was shocked and got no numbers. What should I tell him about the reality of game in person for youngins and how to get better?
Youngins. He's 20. He's talking about youngins.
He is a youngin.
I know. What are we doing here?
Like, okay.
Something, bro.
Oh, we're doing something. Okay,
It's a
well, let's-
numbers game. You're going to get bounced a lot.
Anyway, look, if he's 20
Got
years
it.
old,
All right, get out, Sterling.
Are these matching? You guys got matching watches?
yeah, we got the same one.
That is
Yeah, we got
adorable.
matching ones. Yeah. Put it down. I didn't get the picture, bro.
Oh, okay.
My friend who's not ugly. Okay, you're assuming this is a very important thing I want to tell guys who are actually. There's a lot of guys out there who are actually good looking, like facially, like this motherfucker, right? Here's a fun story. I introduced this man to the Face app
Yeah,
application on his phone.
yeah.
And one of the first photos, Face app is this thing where it's supposed to make you look more good looking. One of the first photos you put up, I was like, all right, Justin, let me show you this thing. It's amazing. It's fantastic. I put a photo of Justin. I pressed the filter button. Nothing changed.
Perfect symmetry.
Like, I kept pressing the button. I'm like, it must be glitching. No, he's just that good looking. Fuck. All
But
right.
you know what? In my defense,
Symmetry.
in my defense, man, I don't know if y'all remember this shit or not, but the first time I did Roll Up to My City is the first time I ever did a big podcast. And all that was in the comments was Chad, Turbo Chad a couple times, you know?
Giga
And I
Chad.
just Giga Chad, Ginger Chad, everything. And I knew I had this picture in my phone that my little sister sent me when I was fat.
Mm-hmm.
And I was 24, and I had less than $100 in the bank. I was 240 pounds. I had just come off my first 2 shoulder surgeries.
You mean that photo?
Yeah, that one right there. I've been looking ugly as fuck. Look at me.
Oh, you're not
Yeah,
that
see my
bad.
gut. No.
My photo of him in my phone is literally him as a fat fuck.
Yeah. And so like when I'm on like
That way you don't feel too bad.
Yeah.
It's just so I can take the piss every time I see him.
That is funny. It's fun. Like, if I call, no, it's bad. Is it like I'm just like you turn yourself into a Chad?
Bingo.
You do.
You
Dude,
know?
If like I don't have that. No, like, there's one podcast I've done with John Sonmez, Bullock Mindset. I've done it on my channel. If you want to see it, you're on the channel right now.
All 7 of you.
Go. There's a lot, dude. Like,
Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the
646.
notification bell.
you go back on my channel. You have to go back like a couple of years. You'll find a podcast with me and John Sonmez. And
That's
we
a lot of
both
fun.
talk about going from zero to hero, right? John used to be a fat motherfucker.
Yeah, he was real fat.
So he is the. You would look at John right now and be like, "Oh, he's a fucking Giga Chad."
He looks great.
He was a fat motherfucker.
He looks fantastic. He's in his 40s
Just
too.
hit the fucking
He's an
gym.
old fucker.
And I've been out with him in Vegas. I've seen this motherfucker. We've both been on the fucking Vegas casino floor, talking to girls. He's a charming motherfucker.
Yeah.
And he's seen me be the charming motherfucker.
You know what? You know
And,
what?
and to me, that is sorry, Justin, but to
No,
me,
go
that
ahead.
is a beautiful fucking thing.
Yeah.
To be with a man when the both of you both know that you came from fucking like financially, we both came from jack shit.
Yeah.
But charm wise, we also both came from nothing, and we made it.
You realize that's a rite of passage for both of you.
And you realize it's achievable. Any man.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I was really in a really bad spot. John was in a really bad spot, and in that podcast, I show photos of me when I was a fucking 20-year-old man, 18-year-old man.
I've seen those.
You
photos.
seen them? You
Yeah.
seen them?
They're horrible.
Am I the same man?
No.
Fuck no, I'm not. Absolutely, I'm not. Physically and mentally, emotionally present. I'm totally different guy, and that's important for these guys to know and see because, like, God, they're all just like, oh, if you don't have a six pack, you're fucking done. No, like,
But you can go get
dear
it.
God, get it, go after
You
it.
can get it.
Why the fuck would you let anybody tell you can't do something? I don't understand that
That's just
mentality.
This is
Well, I was saying
it's a
include
cope.
yourself.
It's a fucking cope. They get, a lot of guys will put the 6-pack abs like
Mhm.
false, hurdle in front of them. Like,
Totally.
oh, I
It's
don't
also
like
a
sixes.
falsehood.
yeah, like,
Three
oh, well, I have
sixes.
this
But you know-
problem, so I can't go approach these girls.
It's
Totally
ego
true.
protection, so they don't have to do the work.
Oh, is it?
or they're incapable
Okay.
of it.
I'll show we got Earl on.
Oh, Earl's here.
Earl.
Fuck yes. All right, Earl. Our boy Earl.
Everybody,
Woo! Let's go, Earl.
what's up, baby?
What's up? How you guys doing?
You doing, man?
Oh, okay. I'm here. I'm making my YouTube debut.
Motherfucker.
So deep. I'm at Max, Earl. Sorry, man. I'm at Max.
Sound like Biggie.
I just woke up. I have the morning voice right now.
You do,
So,
man.
yeah,
Okay, Earl, no joke.
yeah.
First time when you emailed Justin and you're like, hey, I want a job. I was like, this guy is legitimately a Nigerian scammer. Like, he has to be. He has to be. But then you got on a call like within a week. I was on the first call with me and Thomas, right? You remember that,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Went over some stuff. I'm like, this guy's fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
This guy's good.
You were
Hey,
into
man. Hey, I try. And I appreciate the Nigerian scammer comment. So the first time I've had it.
He appreciates the Nigerian scam. Good.
Yeah.
I like
Man, Earl, man, look, bro. I know
Yeah.
that we just promoted you again today, and I think I speak for me and Thomas both, man. When I say I appreciate everything you do every day, you're such a
Thanks,
big
thanks.
part of the team and the family, man. And you deserve everything you're getting. And if it keeps going like this, I can't see myself or Thomas afford not to keep paying you more money. We
Just
just
I like to hear.
We
That's
just, yeah, of course, hey, yeah. Hey, bro. No, I'm glad you said that. You know why? Nah. It ain't like that. Not with Earl.
Earl
Like,
seems like a great guy.
my number one thing in core values in any business is intention.
Mhm.
And Earl, man, you have more intent than anybody.
Mhm.
Like, if we miss a word here and there, dude, Earl shows up every fucking
He does.
day.
He does.
Every day. So, man, I appreciate you. You kind of make me look good. You might be stealing.
Kinda.
You might be stealing from me, scammer.
you never know. Just like
Oh man. Hey, bro, we love you, man. I thank you for everything you do.
awesome. And yeah, thanks for giving me the opportunity. it was you. I'm not very experienced in this field, so it was it gave me a good opportunity to just start with you guys, and I put in my all, and I'm glad like you appreciate the effort I've been putting in, and I hope to work together for a long time.
Me too, man. Me too,
I
man.
love
We
this.
appreciate
I love
you.
this so much.
Yeah,
All right, bro. We'll
I'm
talk
not
to
gonna
you-
stay for long.
I'll talk to you tomorrow because it's every day, bro. So, all right, man. Thank you, Earl.
Yep.
See you
Talk to
soon.
you guys later. Peace.
All right, brother. That's my guy, bro.
That's Earl, man. Fuck yeah.
Earl's incredible.
All right. I think we might have heard. Okay, let's try and get through these last couple of questions really fast.
Let's try. Bro, I'm drunk as fuck. It's
We're all like, all right.
a good thing.
36, software engineer, 150K a year,
Julie, nice.
no debt, no kids.
Yeah.
Pay attention,
I'm listening.
Miguel.
Okay.
No, 36,
Okay.
software engineer, 150K.
Okay.
No debt, no kids, own a few Bitcoin miners. I'm trying.
What's this motherfucker need advice for?
Why is he asking us?
We're talking about hex Jesus is right here. What are you talking about?
I'm trying to think of my next moves
Buy hex.
to increase my salary and buy my first property with an FHA loan.
As long as the property is cash flowing, do it. But stop waiting
Well-
waiting so long.
Well, agreed. You can never time a market, man. We're obviously at the top of the market.
Yeah.
So if you look at it from a dollar cost average perspective or just a business systems, you should always be in the market. And that's one thing that I'm beefing myself about right now is creating systems that allow me to stay in the market, whether it's high or slow.
Yeah.
Because good deals are in every one of those places on the scale. And that's like a personal conviction that I've been beating on myself about. What was it?
Like,
What do you
can I-
He said, should he buy a first property with the FHA loan?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that was the second thing on the loan. So it makes sense maybe if you're willing to be in one of 4 units.
yeah, fourplex.
Yeah.
Because FHA loans stop at 4 units.
What was that first housing allowance? FHA?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it stops at a 4plex. So if you go to 5, you're technically commercial. Did Macho Man Randy Savage just slap the fucking toilet seat?
That was just Sam.
What are you doing in the bathroom for?
Well, I got kind of hung up on the
Yeah.
squatty potty. Which one of you guys is using that?
That's early. I think he does some other
Good
shit.
for you on Jen.
But the FHA loan stops at 4 units. And so ideally, if it's your first home and you really want to get ahead in life, you put that you use that loan because it's a good loan. Normally it's 5% down. So you're 3 to 5% down on that loan, and you can literally cash flow while you're living in one of those units and depreciating the asset through what we talked about earlier, which would be a cost segregation. It would be a really good financial move. So if you're going to use an FHA loan, I would go with at least a duplex, and I'd say a tri, but really ideally you get a 4plex, live in one of it, let them pay your rent, let the property cash flow and depreciate it against your W-2 income, even as an employee. So
What was the hesitation on a try?
I'm done with that question.
I'm sorry.
Well, that question was answered thoroughly enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super thorough.
So
Snuggles says, drop the link so people can come up and talk.
No.
Fine. All right. Agent BO, $20 super chat. Thank you very much. I'm 20. I go.
You read this one already. Go to Scottsdale. Didn't you? Oh. All right, go ahead.
I go to Old Town Scottsdale to practice on tens.
Yeah, we talked about
It's okay, sir.
We did? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
That's what I said.
Thanks, Miguel. Good everybody again. All right. Oh, we got a couple more. We just updated it. All right. As you know, blah, blah. Best with Red Pill. Did you guys read my last 2 chats? Okay, well, I guess we did. The Dark Gentleman. Shout out to these giants in the game, trying to get my money and muscles up while applying game. You guys have helped me tremendously. Thank you very much. You're very, very welcome. KH, DCC, Richard Hart, delayed pulse chain once again. is a summer launch still on the table?
Don't commit. Don't commit.
Well, go back to the beginning of the stream. I said it right there. Go back to the beginning of the stream.
Rewind.
It-
Yeah, rewind the stream.
Yeah, rewind the stream. It's in the we
This
talked
is
about
Miguel.
Yeah.
Eric, who we know is not a scammer, just woke up, didn't think he'd be live.
That says Earl. Why do you keep saying Eric?
I like him. I call him Eric. I've literally talked to this man personally. I know
Who's
when
Eric?
I'm talking to him, I know his name.
Did you watch The Little Mermaid recently? Who is Eric?
He has a pseudonym.
The page master says best episode of Rule Zero.
What did he say?
Best episode of
Rule
Rule
Zero.
Zero.
I think we're done. I think we're done with these suggestions.
I love that guy, bro. It takes some balls
Got
to
it.
fucking call you up like that.
All right. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate the support. Anyway, any final closing words for anyone?
May your,
Miguel.
may your only pain be champagne. That's all I gotta say.
It's a hex thing, isn't it?
Mhm.
God damn it.
Fucking dog cost average. Buy fucking Ethereum. Don't be poor. That's it.
Yep.
All right. All right. Don't be poor.
Yeah,
Throw-
okay. Don't worry. Hit it.
Buy your fucking coins and keep fucking working.
Yeah.
You're gonna make it out. 3 to 5 years, you're gonna be fucking in a different place. Promise you.
Excellent.
That's where you go.
I like that.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah,
Sterling Cooper, Jay Waller, thanks for having me on. RP Thor, come see my little pleb channel with 200 subscribers. You'll like it.
Just
Yeah, I would go back to what I said yesterday, and this week is the best day of your life is the day that you realize that nobody's coming to save you. Because that's true freedom. That's when you get to put the ball in your hand. When you want the ball in Game 7 of your life, is when you truly win. So your whole motto needs to be "Give me the fucking rock."
Yep.
Until you can trust yourself in a way that you know that you want the fucking ball, and you will take no other option than you having the motherfucking ball in your life with that shot, then you need to go see the man in the mirror until you believe like that.
Pure.
All right.
Yep. For me, it's just very simple. Fuck Aaron Clary. He's probably choking out. But honestly, money, make money, make muscles, learn game, hold frame. Come check my YouTube channel out. Modern Life Dating on YouTube, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I stream Monday to Friday, and then on Saturday we do Dude Party on my channel, and then Sunday we sometimes do a bonus show. But yeah, I live in Tokyo, so I'm in Japan. I'll majority of the year. So right now I'm here in the United States. I will not be going live until June 1st, June 2nd. So in the meantime, just subscribe and I'll be back.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate the support on the channel.
Yep.
What do I say? Look, just don't be a fucking victim.
Yeah.
Don't be a fucking victim. Like
Don't be a victim.
and we said this last night. Like I'm sick and tired of hearing guys in this space. Oh, it's so fucking hard that I'm a man. Oh, women have it so easy. Oh, they don't have to have responsibility. I don't give a fucking shit, man. Like you're dealt the cards you're dealt. Like both. If you're this applies to everything in life, by the way. Like, okay, I'm white, you're black, you're Latino, you're Asian. I don't give a fuck about the skin color you have. It literally does not matter. The most important thing across the board is what do you apply?
Yeah.
And the single biggest thing that will fuck you up in life is having a victim mentality.
Yeah.
In believing that nothing is within your control.
Yeah.
That is literally the worst possible mindset you could have.
Oh, yeah.
Is believing that, because I'm white or because I'm black or because I'm Asian or because I'm a man or whatever, or because I'm single or because I'm less than 6 foot or because I'm not super handsome or because I don't have a six pack, that everyone is out to get me and no woman could ever possibly like me. Motherfucker, I have seen literally every single opposite example of what you claim. I've seen short guys. I've seen fat guys. I've seen black, white, Asian, Moroccan, every motherfucker on the planet. I've seen them all get laid. Despite
that dude that lives above us is at least 5'8".
this motherfucker, this guy. He's like
a dime. She's a
no,
dime.
this is a
bro.
great example. He's like an Indian dude.
He's an
No
Indian
joke.
dude. He's like
Indian
5'8".
dude, black as the ace of spades.
Yeah.
Indian dude,
Hair to here.
here to here.
Skinny as fuck.
His bitch, fucking 10 out of 10.
Bro,
He
10.
is crushing
10, bro.
He lives upstairs.
Like I want to, like when we see them in the elevator, like bro, I want to dap them so bad.
And his girl's always there.
Yeah,
His
she's
girl's always there.
And so instead, I'm just like trying to like, fuck it, I'll just look at her ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, she's bad, bro, and he's just sitting there looking like he works at 7-Eleven, bro. And he's like,
But he's got it.
Bro, he's got it,
got
though,
it.
bro. Hey, look, when we hit 30, because by the way, 30 is the second highest floor in this building.
He's penthouse.
He has penthouse on our ass.
He's like, got us. You got one. You got us by one.
Listen, man. Big
Respect.
Yeah,
Respect.
bro.
Man.
It's bad, bro. You know what? It makes me happy.
Me too. Every time I see
Like,
him
it's not-
in the elevator, I'm actually happy for
I'm
him.
not mad about it at all. In fact,
Zero.
like I said a minute ago, I just want to be like a little fly on the wall, be like my boy. You know,
Yeah.
like that's all
I love it.
want.
I love
bro.
it.
That's all I want because like what he does, he embodies every dude that calls me a Chad or
yes.
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
He embodies the truth.
Yep.
And if I
Of what you can be.
right, and
What
if
is
I,
possible?
exactly,
Yes.
and I think I speak for myself because and all of you when I say what I want is to have no hypocrisy in my message.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo.
You know what I'm saying? Like I have
Yeah,
problems.
integrity. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Bingo.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody has problems, and everybody's gonna see a demon, and everybody's got to deal with the man in the mirror.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
but this person, when I see him, I'm like, I wish every dude that everything that have ever said anything negative of me about my looks or whatever about my ability, I want them to see it not because I want to shove it in their face. It's because I want them to know it's real.
It's what's possible.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can call me a dickhead all you want, man.
Yeah.
But I really wish you could see.
Because I
That
want
shit is
the best
possible.
for you.
Yeah. Because
I
listen,
want you
yeah,
to
bro.
get to where we
there
are.
is victory in that. Like,
Yeah.
man, nothing I love seeing more than you bring a fucking dime through that door. You know what I'm saying? And that's real love. Now, I do think it takes abundance
Yes.
to get to a place where you can accept that.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And I know that probably you and I both at times deal with that. Like it's something you end up progressing to. Like in the beginning, nobody gives a fuck about you.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden people start not being able to even accept the fact that you have changed and progressed. You know what I'm saying? And so that can get really either lonely or you just have to understand it's a part of the process.
Yeah.
You know? But having you around is good for me in that way. So it's I feel like I'm lucky in that regard, but some people don't have that.
They don't have
The success of others.
They ain't
Love
got it. They ain't got
Yeah,
it.
you gotta love to see people win, and I love to see that dude win when he brings that bitch. in.
Every time we see him, we're like, get him, Iron Man.
Like, my boy.
All right, guys, we're going to end it here. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yep.
Really appreciate it. Love you all, and have a good night.